Okay, so nothing exploded. That's good.
Ah. Are you sure?
No.
Somewhere the internet just exploded.
Oh no. Please no.
Oh, that's really weird. She's literally been exiled. She cannot join using the same link we did. That is utterly bizarre.
So sad.
Yeah, she's using the same link as us, but it's going to a different address.
Are we all just sending our link?
Already done that. Didn't work.
Oh well, I tried.
You can't. You also can't add contacts.
Nope.
Oh, I should probably close the YouTube
I have.
video.
For some reason, I can't add her to the call.
Nope.
I don't know if I actually have her as a contact. So is it literally, no, we don't want Tilda here? Says Google Hangouts?
Well, Google Hangout can fuck right off then.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I'm not.
Yeah, Tilda.
Let's see.
I can't use it on my computer. It just won't pick up my microphone. Even if I plug in an external microphone, it doesn't pick it up. I've tried every single fix. Yeah,
That's really weird.
Use my phone. Yeah.
Oh, I wish I remembered what that note meant.
Hey, live stream is it's good. It's the chat, and still Matilda is completely exiled from joining us. That is just weird.
Yeah. Why?
I may ask her to actually start her computer up from scratch. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
I remember mine having a problem that literally meant closing everything down and starting it again.
Yeah. Turning it off and on again is usually what does it.
But it's Google Hangouts that it doesn't like.
This is true. Google Hangouts is special.
Tell her to reboot her entire machine.
Right.
Worst case scenario, I will stop the stream, and then I'll reboot it on Google Hangouts with a fresh channel, and then we'll all jump into it, and then we'll see if that works. And if it still doesn't work,
all of us.
Well, it may do. I have high hopes though, because the difference being that in this yeah. The first time around when I redid it, I had to restart the event as well on YouTube because I forgot to click on using Google Hangouts. So you can't say custom and then select Google Hangouts. You have to click quick and then do it that way. At which point you can't use a card to actually show that which episode it is. You have to use a default. You have to change it post production. If you can use Hangouts, if you're going to use custom, then you can do that. But then you can't use it's utterly stupid.
That's
Probably help.
It's not designed for humans.
Nope.
I mean, I've had so much trouble with Hangouts in the past in doing other RPG streams as well. It's just insane.
Yay, streaming.
Streaming is fine. It's just Hangouts has been shit.
Yay, Hangout.
It's annoying because Tilda has like a mega headache this evening. So for the person for it to happen to, it is not Tilda.
Poor person. She got one of those PCs which takes for years for rebooting.
Yeah,
it's got all that.
Quite old.
Oh, Starkosh. Ooh, muchy. So who watched the last episode, the crossover?
Did not.
Really?
Good. We haven't watched any of, or I haven't watched any of theirs. I think other people have said the same, just because.
Yeah, I tried to not.
Yeah.
Really?
To not know what's happening with them. So yeah, why can't you light on their story? I know they all watch out.
I don't want a meta game.
Yeah.
Well, my point is mostly like, I don't have time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up with
That
Critical
too.
Role, damn it.
Yeah, basically.
Do
I
you,
have too many fields there.
do you have to go on to what's it called? Alpha, is it, to watch the last few episodes, or is everything kind of easy? You can actually watch it all free.
You have to wait a little bit for it before it goes up onto YouTube. They're usually about 1 or 2 weeks behind on YouTube.
Okay.
But otherwise, you need
It's
to
fine.
have...
I'm still on episode 95, so
Yeah, otherwise you
Take
need
that off
Alpha
and catch up.
or Twitch subscription to watch the VODs.
What, when they come up on Monday, it's one of the ones they have to subscribe to.
No, not the YouTube ones. Those are free. But if you want to watch them immediately, you need to have either Alpha or Twitch.
But I thought the ones came up for free on the following Monday. Or did it not keep up to date with that?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. I just know that to watch any of the Twitch VODs directly on Twitch, you need to be subscribed, because that's a thing that Twitch does. And the Alpha is subscription only, so...
I've heard Alpha's worth it, except that the channel they use called Alpha is a bit glitchy or something.
The player can be a little bit glitchy, but they have an alternate player and they are working on upgrading the system, so it's getting better and better, and the quality is amazing. So I'm really happy with being subscribed there rather than Twitch sub.
Yeah, Twitch is much better, so I understand it.
Plus, you get rid of the Twitch chat, which is always like A+. Because that chat is toxic as fuck.
I was so glad when you stopped having to see that on the episodes.
Yeah.
What was that? The
But
blank.
they still had the chat on the side of the screen on the actual.
Yeah, you could never follow it. It was impossible.
And I know that people started getting more and more venomous and bitter and, YouTube commenty. So,
Bless. Yes, the very best of humanity, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
I mean, basically, Twitch and YouTube comments are the underbelly of the internet.
Well, yeah.
At least comments-wise.
Comments-wise, sure. I mean, Reddit isn't much better. Then again, Reddit's
Yeah, true.
veritable orphanage compared to 4chan, so...
Anyway, people are invited to comment on stuff. They just, unfortunately, do.
Yeah, it's just things like, Hitler wasn't all bad, and all sorts of other stuff, Great things.
Why? Why, world? Why?
Because we obviously have an abundance of good people. What happens when we get an abundance of good people? A lot of douchebags.
Yeah. Fun times.
Bless. I think she's dead. Tilda's machine exploded and killed her.
No.
That's the only explanation.
I need our Tilda.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. It's a quick fix. I nominate Imogen to be our new Tilda. There we go. So basically, Imogen's dead, but now we have a Tilda. So,
I
yay.
can't be Tilda, I'm afraid.
Why not?
Because she's too... She can't be reproduced.
She's unique.
I have a friend who does studies in cloning who will dissuade you of that belief. First, we need some genetic copies of Tilda's skin cells or something. Nail clippings, that'll do it. Which is utter bullshit. Nail clippings ain't got nothing, if I understand it correctly.
It's all calcium.
That's true. That's true. And lots of dirt. Yes, there we go. Come on, cross your fingers, peoples. Doesn't look good. Oh dear. Hmm. Come on, Tilda.
We believe in your computer.
Come on, you can do it.
Come on, you can do it, Tilda. Oh, what?
Yeah, that's true.
It'll only destroy your soul. One must be in
That's
possession
me.
of such a thing. I can read Imogen.
Okay, because sometimes people think it's Tilda because it's got her face on it.
Yeah, it's less confusing in this chat because it's just our own names.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Although I do still do that. I get very confused with the thread because I see Tilda's picture and I'm like, wait, what? What chat am I in?
Oh, great. Now Safari won't even let me copy and paste the link in. Well.
Wow. That's awful.
What?
Why does she have to copy and paste? I
Guess she can't click it.
I don't think posting it again will work.
Wait, is she using a Mac?
I guess if
Probably
she's
with
using
this
Safari.
What's my person using Safari on a PC?
No one. No one's saying
Right.
anyway.
Yeah, you already got to be like a few screws loose. Oh, come on. It was working fine before. Why? Why, though? Oh, why?
Just to make it easy for us.
It's been like 25 years and certain things in technology just refuse to get any better. Printers are still crap. They still kind of cough out all manner of like wingding. What? Yep. Now a Safari browser is not copy and pasting anything. Yes. I would suggest that she buys a PC. No.
One of the
This is on
cats.
hers. She is using the same link that we're using to come onto the chat.
That's why I said you need to invite her by email.
I did. I sent the email.
Okay, I'm here. I'm here.
Like,
It worked.
what?
Yeah, eventually
Hallelujah.
after restarting every single thing ever.
Oh god.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I can only seem to ever be able to turn it off.
Tilda.
Oh my.
Yes.
I think though we just proved Einstein wrong though. Because he said that true insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And we managed it.
I mean, to be fair, electronics is like that. You do the same thing over and over again and eventually it works.
Yeah, but I mean...
The machines I use at work. That is literally my job.
Small level of
nope, it didn't work this time. Let's do it again. Oh, it worked that time. Wasn't that?
Also, my mug is so white person.
I'd rather be on the boat.
Yeah.
I feel very nerdy.
It's very Bridget.
It is actually. I'd rather be on the boat.
Dag it, Imogen.
Are you guys ready to play?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. I'm going to jump straight into this. In the last episode, the stags defeated what seemed to be a spirit or some sort of creature that had some connection to Fen Haral, the Dread Wolf, and they defeated it on the crossroads. It's a good thing they did as well, because as things stand, the Bloody Stags Company is stuck in the crossroads after retreating there, after being betrayed and ambushed by the Tevinton clients. Under siege and surrounded by mist, their attempts to try and exit the crossroads were accidentally found by our heroes in the real world, who then entered the mirror only to be trapped as well. Following the crazy old woman Enya, waiting for anyone to... There we go. Thanks, Imogen. Thanks, Imogen. You did that last time as well. You know, just thanks.
She
Just
can be
thanks.
relied upon.
My sister has a friend called Enya, and we do it every time.
Oh God.
Because you're good people.
Yeah.
Are we? Are you though? Really? Really? Anyways, After the arduous journey through the mist, being punted by the creature, our heroes managed to actually not only reach the outskirts of the fog, but also managed to construct a bridge made of memories across it using their only elf in the team, which was Lanara, who discovered that some of her memories aren't exactly as she remembers them. You remember
I don't
that?
think she got
I
over
remember.
remembering
I remember every second of it.
Aww. Suggesting, of course, that when she was born, it was under violent circumstances, and she wasn't born alone. However, after getting across the bridge, they encountered the beast of Fenharal and managed to actually fight it back by making it feel really guilty, which seemed to work. After that point, they've encountered what seems to be a very strange, darkened ziggurat sitting in the middle of nowhere. 2 gigantic Black Halla statues are flanking the entrance to the place. And the place seems to be the size of an alienage. It's just gigantic. Very clean, crisp, carved, impossibly black slabs of stone going up in steps all the way up, headed by a rather tall-looking set of double doors. Now, as you guys are deciding whether to rest up or not, you hear in the background a rather large explosion, or rather, it sounds like something that's flammable is being set on fire. Right, this is coming back from where the camp is. The fog around that area instantly starts to push back as from the explosion itself. You hear the marching of a lot of feet.
Towards us?
Yes.
I turn around to see if I can see what it is.
Okay. Can't
Is-
see. You can't see anything right
Is
now, at
the
least.
bridge still there, or did it
Yes.
like fade
The
away?
bridge is solid.
All right.
Is it unfriendly marching?
Do you want to take a stereotype test?
Yes.
It sounds like military step to
Okay.
anyone who's familiar with it. No, it sounds like goose step, basically. It can't get more fascist than this.
Oh dear.
It's
I'm
like
kidding.
Posturing whilst marching.
Actually, if you listen very carefully, you can hear a musical note. Long patrol?
Is it
No?
elephant?
Jungle Book? Yay, there we go. Extra points.
Yes.
Would somebody please push her off into the abyss? That'd be great. Bridget.
We have a perfectly usable bridge. No one's going into the abyss.
I am keeping you on your toes.
I'm sitting down. You're more keeping me on my hemorrhoids right now.
Well,
That was the plan all along.
What? I'm like reaching nearly 35 and I'm married. I don't need to be nice. Ever
That's
again.
fair. That's fair.
Well, I want to know more about Lanara's memories for completely random reasons that have nothing to do with the Gallia.
Subtle.
Subtle. I'm bouncing every time Fenharal is mentioned. Fenharal. Somebody thinks it's Zebedee.
Probably mute that.
Oh, hello, Lord Lambert. New to the stream. Lucia apparently recommended it to him. You poor soul. I am so sorry. Please don't blame her for everything that happens in this, okay? Please don't. But if you feel like it, though, blame Heresite, because Teresa, she's to blame for everything that happens in this. Her character and her player. It's true.
Can confirm.
Sounds about right.
Pretty much everyone here agrees.
She makes up for it by being beautiful.
Now, your first decision is: do you want to take a bit of a rest because you have a breather at the moment? Which, as you know, you do get some health back because you've actually got a second to breathe. That was a 5-minute rest, 5 plus your constitution plus your level in health. Please make adjustments. Now, as you're doing this, you obviously can talk. The big decision right now is: do you go forward straight away and not heal up further, or do you want to literally just flunk on the ground and rest for a couple of hours and see what that marching is behind you?
I'm going to have to cry if we walk any further.
We were like a couple of miles from this thing, weren't we?
At first it seemed like the ziggurat was only a few meters away, but the second you started walking, you realized that this structure is gigantic and it is not a few meters away. It is a good hour's march.
Right.
Let's take a break and see what the heck's going on behind us. I don't
would
like
not
having unknown variables behind us.
I would not complain about having a few moments to just not think.
I guess we're taking a break then.
Take a break. Cool. You get your
Literally
6
what was
hours.
going through my head.
Just checking I didn't accidentally give myself too much health. It's fine.
Don't worry, I found a way of taking it from you.
I haven't actually lost any health
No, me
in
neither.
this entire game.
Thank God.
I think I lost a little bit, but not much.
Totally a challenge.
It's because you ran away.
Yeah.
I have 46 health and I haven't lost any.
Because of your chance to actually do it, I'm going to let you have the ability to get your 10 plus Constitution plus level in addition as well. You're going to need it.
Get what?
Woo!
You get your also you get in addition to the 5-minute rest, you get 10 plus your Constitution plus your level in hit points back.
Oh, 10 instead of 5, right.
7.
Yes.
The fact that we're going to need it is not particularly comfortable.
Thanks.
I am now very concerned.
Bit of a talking point, by the way. You've noticed 2 things that have happened at the moment. Lanara was capable of actually creating something from nothing on the crossroads. Her memories actually solidified and became something to walk across in terms of the bridge. 2, under Enya's instruction, she seems to have also indicated that some of her memories aren't what they seem, and it's quite distressing. It all seems to be connected, and the creature that was here, the spectre of Fen Haral, which felt guilty about the Dalish's situation, this is all very weird.
So we weren't imagining that. It was you doing something to make the bridge.
Yes, that was me.
So what exactly was that?
I mean, can we just make things happen here? Is this...
I have no idea. This is magic that I have never seen. It's not something that anyone that I came into contact with in Tevinter would have known about. As far well, they certainly never told me. Not that they would have told me anything. I don't have answers to those questions.
This place creeps me out. Ugh.
It's
Eliza, any... I mean, you knew something about the wolf dude. What about this place? You were the one who told her to do whatever she did.
The old wrinkly elf woman is currently sitting facing away from you, looking towards the temple, cross-legged, simply rocking back and forth with her eyes closed. She doesn't seem to respond.
Okay, that's reassuring.
Oh, goodness.
Can I stand up and go over to stand in front of Eliza and see whether she has her eyes closed or whether she's okay?
Sure. Roll up her perception. Looking. Actually, no, hearing. Hearing.
Oh, good. I have proficiency in that.
The ears. Every elf I know in this game has a really big pair of ears.
Wow.
They do. It's confirmed.
Stereotyping much.
Hey, I am not racist towards elves. Okay, some of my best friends are elves.
15, I think.
Actually, the dwarves, but whatever.
Wait, what is it? I've been
Is that
playing
for
D&D
dwarf?
for too long. If I have a focus in it,
You get
is
a
it
+2.
Okay, right,
do.
that was right.
No such thing as proficiency in this.
15.
15. Cool. As you approach, you get around, you walk a little beeline around her. You notice that her hands are clenched tightly and she's chanting a little. And because you've rolled so high, I'll let you know that not only does she seem to be weeping a thin line of very pale blood coming out from her tear ducts, but she also seems to be whispering things like in this Decananfel, Kirajitis, Nirgum Besti, Santinalia, Doom of Haren, Tiku Aveda, Banal Halas, Black Halla, Black Halla, Black Halla. And she just keeps chanting it like that over and over again, like a whisper. She doesn't seem to be able to stop either, and there seems to be a bit of thick, clotted red seeping from her mouth.
Ooh. Can I reach out very, very slowly so that she has
Mhm.
plenty of time to stop me if she sort of knows that I'm about to touch her, and just put my hand on her shoulder?
Sure. The second you do, her eyes jolt open, revealing very bloodshot, strained, and very tired pupils. She looks at you, opening her mouth, and she spits onto the floor with a rather large wad of clotted gore, essentially, before. It's Enya, dearie, not Eliza.
I apologize. Seems we've been under the well, it doesn't matter anyway now. Are you okay?
Nope.
Is there anything that I can do to help you?
Help? Nope.
I would like to repay the favor you helped us just now to cross that ravine even, and defeat that wolf creature.
Oh, that wasn't a wolf. She slowly gets up on her legs, shaking side to side. She does so, shaking one of her legs. Ugh, it's gone to sleep. Wakey, wakey! Sorry, dear, what did you say?
Does it look like if I tried to heal her, it would help her in any way, or is she just...
No idea what's wrong with her. You can't see any continuous bleeding. It just seemed to be coming from nowhere. She looks back at the ziggurat. Oh well, can't be helped, I guess.
We have to go there, don't we?
Oh yeah, it's it's how it's meant to be, I guess.
I
Is
feel like
it
I've heard that too many times.
fate or is it chance? I can never tell.
I'm getting very sick of people pinning everything on fate and on chance.
Oh, that's the big question, though, isn't it? Everything you do, every toss of a coin, every time you take a decision, is it happen chance, the result, or is it fate? Is it skill, or is it luck? These are the essences of life. It's a good thing we're all mortal, then, isn't it? Otherwise, we go mad. She looks back across the hastily constructed memory bridge and squints her eyes a wee bit. Oh, good. They're about here now. From across the bridge, you see a dozen silhouettes marching in column formation to the sound of a marching drum.
Can we see at all what their colours are, or whether they're wearing armour or...
Roll perception.
I'm looking as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm keeping my eye on that.
Perception, seeing, I take it.
Really wish it was the long patrol.
9.
9.
18.
Oh wait, no, 8. 8, that's even worse. Oh wait, no, I have focus. It's out of practice.
So it's actually average, not
It is,
below
it's
average.
9. Or 10. No, it's 10. It's 10!
Oh,
Math
God.
is hard, you guys.
Anna, what does your assassin eye see?
What does my assassin eyes see?
Yay! Across the bridge, you see lots of different silhouettes of different shapes and sizes, from dwarves to humans, all the rest of it, under a big banner of black with a very glossy red stamp of a stag marching towards you. As they reach the bridge, they stop, and then you see a dozen scouts coming forward, bows low and strung, before looking over the bridge and waving to you.
I wave back.
Wave back.
After a few seconds, a small group starts running across the bridge, starts being followed by the rest of the column. Seems to be a good 100 people there, actually. Not just soldiers, though. There's a lot of civilians. Everyone that you can imagine have been survivors from Mosswake. Behind them, you can see fresh smoke billowing out of the fog. In the group that's actually coming forward from the front, you make out Neris, the dwarf, alongside a rather impressed with himself looking human who's using a longbow unstrung, leaning on it as he's shuffling across. Alongside them are about 3 other stag soldiers. Neris, panting, comes over to you. She's looking a bit thinner than usual. Probably hasn't taken any rations or anything, and she still looks like she hasn't slept. Well, that was a turn for the books.
What happened?
We gave the starters a right sting in the nose, is what. Check out
so happy than I thought you might.
That's good.
Oh, it came at a cost, though. There's going to be a lot of angry people tonight. Hexel, the Anderfel's ranger who worked for the Inquisition that you met earlier, is leaning against his stick with this huge beaming smile. I do love a good fire. I noticed that you had an inordinate amount of wine and other flammables. Well, spirits. The wine I drank. But the spirits, oh, I managed to make them very special. Caught the Tevinton dogs in a trap. They thought it was condensation they were walking into. One fire arrow and woof, everybody's dancing. On fire and a dancing. Gave us the time we needed to retreat.
I do approve of the
genius.
tactics. That's really
I don't think they
clever.
did. They were doing nothing but complaining about it, screaming.
Well, as long as it's the enemy doing that, I'm all good for that.
Oh yeah, there's enough numbers of them, but as soon as they manage to conjure some ice, they'll be right through. So we need to get everyone across this bridge. Pronto.
How many are still to come?
What? Oh, okay. It's going to get cold in here now. What?
How many are still to come over? How many are... Can we see more of how many are actually moving towards us?
Yes. Wait, do you mean the baddies or the goodies?
The goodies, the rest of our column.
Goodies! The Bloody Stags company is made up of what you give like a quick circa of around 300.
And can we see the end of them coming across the bridge, or...?
No, but you will do soon enough.
Right.
They're having to come across in twos, not to disturb the bridge.
That could take a while.
It could. And what are they going to do when they get across?
Does it look like the Tevinter army is kind of like following them at all?
Not as of yet.
Do they have enough time? Does it seem like they might have enough time for them all to get across the bridge
That's a good question.
before the Tevinter army starts trying to go across the bridge?
You don't know.
I mean,
You can hope so.
the stags need to keep moving forward to get away, but what they're moving towards is possibly the more worrying part.
Could be.
Well,
Do
I
we
don't
stay
like the look
here
of
and
things.
look behind them, or do we keep moving forwards?
Can I? Okay, I'm gonna sit on the ground and try and make something, and then destroy it to see if I can get rid of what I've done.
Okay, what would you like to try and make?
I'd like to
A
just.
bouquet of flowers.
Yeah, fair. I'd like to remember the garden from the estate where I grew up, and just try and recreate some of the wildflowers that grew in the garden.
Roll willpower, self-discipline.
$13.
13, nice. It's not picture perfect, but it's a pretty good rendition of the flowers. They don't smell of anything, but it is around you and underneath Enya's feet and a few of the others suddenly sprouts this rather hodgepodge garden of different flowers that you
I'm
remember.
gonna just reach out and put my hand on it and will it to disappear and to go away, either to die or to just vanish from existence.
Sure. Roll willpower.
15.
15, nice. You put your hand on it, and the whole thing just turns to paper like ash before blowing away in an invisible breeze. However, the second this happens, you start hearing a booming voice. All of you do. Oh, I love you. Thank you. What? Did you get rumbles? Oh my god, I'm doomed. I got rumbles.
Share!
Best of wives and best of women. Yay. Saturday. Right. Yes. The big doomy voice that you hear coming from the cigarette. You hear 1,000 whispers occurring, one deep, bass tone one, saying the words Indis dekanan fel karagietis nigran besti satanalia doom of haren tekaru avari banal halas Black Halla, and just ebbs away in the wind.
From the cigarette.
Yep, from the very top.
What language is it? Is it Elven?
If only our languages expert wasn't apparently just really fast asleep.
Oh, she isn't asleep. She's just sitting there catatonic at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Do we recognize the language? I'm assuming it's Elven.
Roll lore. Anyone who has any reason to believe that their characters know more than 2 languages, roll lore.
I know I know more than 2 languages. I just don't know Elven. I rolled so badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 languages, but
I know some passing bits,
Which is
but no more
it's
than...
funny, isn't it? 6. I rolled a 6.
One can assume that the words that you're hearing you're not familiar with in particular. However, you do automatically recognize Black Halla.
Yeah.
You do recognize Banal Halas, which is basically the closest translation from Old Dalish is Void Halla, or yeah, that's pretty much the closest one. The others you're not too familiar with, although Karagirtis sounds like it's from some sort of Tevinton dialect.
Okay.
Wait.
That would be the one that I'd recognize the most then, because I don't speak Elven at all.
Enya said something about Kalajita.
Karagirtis.
She did.
Mm.
She was repeating exactly what that voice just said.
Mm-hmm.
Although
I meant when I talked to her in the camp, she mentioned something, but
that early on, just now when she was on the ground, she said the same.
I don't like the sound of this. This is just... Something's wrong.
and
it doesn't bode well.
One problem at a time. I think I can get rid of the bridge. I think
Well, that's
we can
useful once everyone's over.
we can prevent the army from following us, but what
but
to
do
do
we
with
get the
everyone?
stags nearest to lead on the stags ahead of us?
I don't think that civilians should be going anywhere near that temple.
Yeah, that was my thought.
The stags, perhaps, but not people from Mosswake. We've caused enough problems for them already.
Agreed.
Neris, after organizing the troops that are coming over and getting the tents set up, getting the carts that are coming over reversed and turned over to form battlements on your side of this abyss. She comes stomping over with what remains to be, it looks like it's the remains of the ale, which they didn't explode. So, what's the plan?
Looks like you're already setting up camp.
Well, yeah, it's tactically defensible from over here.
Good plan.
Well, we
Look,
might
activities-
have a chance when everyone's got across. There's a chance that we can get rid of the bridge. Oh, I say we.
I will give it a go. I may only be able to get rid of part of it.
You mean you made that
Might be
siding
enough.
thing?
But pardon?
You made that siding thing over there? That thing is yours? She takes an unconscious step backwards, looking at you in a way you've never seen her look at you before. And the way she looks at you is with fear. And it's not comfortable. Or is it?
Hey, that bridge could have just saved your life.
I am the same person I have been for months. Whatever you saw or heard on that bridge changes nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. It's not the way Bryn would have wanted it either. All right.
Plus, we're stuck in the fade. Nothing is quite normal here.
I'm sorry. Have we met? I've heard your voice, but I've never actually spoken to you.
Well,
This is Bridget.
unlucky for you, then. Clearly, there's no need to be quite so rude.
She looks you up and down. Ah, sod it.
My thoughts exactly.
Really?
Agreed.
You're a bookworm. Just
We got two.
I'm sorry, but I helped beat that wolf thing, so...
Loath as I am to say it, she's been quite useful. After
Okay.
she stopped running away.
She did get us into this mess, I suppose, but we did find you thanks to it, so...
We can say that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. Well
fair
done.
enough.
Thank you very much.
Just
I'll
more
let you
fun
take her
my
around the
way.
room then. Anyway, I best get these idiots over the bridge that you made. Quick as.
Neris?
Hmm?
That temple, none of us know what it is, but I would recommend staying far away from it.
All right. Well, we can't stay here. We can't go back.
If I get rid of the bridge, do you think it's safe for you to stay here for a little while at least?
I could certainly make it defensible. I mean, the range is good. They could probably make their own bridge. I mean, it doesn't take an imagination, but they do ice. Could probably build something. We can hold them up for a little while, though. Use the rest of the fire arrows off. Let them pay for every inch, but they don't care. They got slaves galore.
Yes. If you can, try not to kill any of their slaves, just the soldiers.
Oh, that's the problem. Their soldiers are the slaves.
Great.
They're getting
Why am I
desperate.
not surprised?
Next
Let us
phase is for them to use
scout
demons.
ahead and check the place out. And then, if it's safe, we can come get you.
Sure. Anyone you need?
Anyone you can spare?
Stumpy over there. He thinks he's helping, but he's just getting in the way. He's a good agent of the Inquisition, but he's shouting out orders to people that don't know him. It's confusing. And quite
I
frankly,
know
it
what that's like.
smells like dirt and socks.
You won't say no to someone offering help.
Does it seem like we'd have enough time to get over to the temple and then back in time for me to get rid of the bridge before the Tormenta army gets to it? Or should I just kind of wait behind?
Roll like an intelligence check. Intelligence.
Is it cunning?
Yeah, I think cunning.
Should be
Yes,
coming,
well, cunning. Yes, yes, yes.
13.
13. It's going to be difficult. Depends what's inside, but estimating wise, you don't know how long it's going to take for you to be finished inside the temple. You don't know how long it's going to take for you to dismantle the bridge.
Okay.
Too many variables. But you think that if they manage to hold it off, maybe.
So I should... Okay. If you want to scout out that temple first, I think I should probably stay here to get rid of the bridge, or we all wait together until it's done.
I mean, how long is it going to take the rest of the folks to get across the bridge?
Yeah, how close to done
You
are
think
they?
it's going to take an hour or so to get to the temple and then turn around and come back?
It actually looks like Neris is getting them across pretty quick. I mean, the civilians in particular aren't listening to like orders or commands, so they're just filing across really quickly.
I would say they're in a bit of a hurry. We've probably got time to wait.
I'm just
And
gonna...
I don't know about you, but I don't feel much like walking up to that thing without, 12 full support at my back.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna walk over and sit down out of the way, but next to the bridge, so I can just, the second everyone's across, just start trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, there's enough space between here and the temple that if the winter forces can't get over the chasm, then we've got space far enough away that we're not in range.
It's true. It's very true. Surprisingly, with all of the people rushing across who also failed their morale checks, the weight and the strain of so many people coming across, eventually it takes its toll. The last horse and cart going across with what looks like a rather desperate farmer of some kind, trying to bring across some of his wares. Everyone's shouting at him to get off as you hear this horrible creaking noise of stone grubbing up against metal and the impossible sound of two different memories dislocating from each other. He hops off onto his horse for a second. He almost looks like he's going to detach his horse and race to safety before the entire section he's on simply just falls.
Oh.
His own screams are actually drowned out by the sound of his mounts as the entire section of the bridge, the cart, everything just disappear into the endless darkness beneath you. There's no more bridge.
We can't see him.
The whole bridge is gone, or just part of it?
The center of it is just gone. There's a gap that would be... It's impossible to leap across without, assistance, should we say.
Okay, just to make their lives harder, I'm going to get rid of the section nearest my edge as well.
Roll
my
your
side.
willpower.
6. $17.
17, nice.
Yeah.
With an elegant flourish, thinking about it, there's an elegant flourish as you stand up and crunch your hand, and the entire bridge, the entirety of the bridge, crumples into this black, burnt, ashy parchment. With a flick of your wrist, the whole thing, the structure which has reached across this chasm, just blows away like cinders in an ash tray.
Then Tilda puts on her sunglasses and walks.
Yeah!
As soon as I see that the thing is starting to crumble, I just look back at the ziggurat and see if I can see anything from that, if it starts whispering again.
In this decanal fell, Kirajetis, Nigurum Besti, Satinalia, Stum of Harren, Tikaru Avriri, Banal Halas, Black Halla, Namriel.
Did it look any different, or was it louder, or?
No, but the doors have opened.
I'm going to high-five Lenara.
I will begrudgingly high-five Bridget.
Making friends.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
We'd all recognise the word Saturnalia, right? Because that's like a
that is an actual
celebration in Thanos.
It may ring a bell. Its relevance is a bit lost on you, though.
Should we just get this over with?
I would say they're making a nice welcome party for us.
Well, that's one way to see it.
Certainly a more positive outlook than the one I have.
Well, you just noticed, actually, that Enya is already marching her way across the between the two Black Halla statues and is heading towards the entrance.
Of course.
I mean, I'm with her.
Really? He's skipping behind her.
Are we
Seems to know
taking
what she's doing?
What's his face?
Hexel.
Hexel, yeah.
I have
Hexel
that
is
written
Hexel is just currently watching Lenara and looking at the bridge with wide eyes.
Lenara, I think he has a crush.
Hey, you. I'm just going to kind of gesture at him. He was limping, right?
He was leaning on his longbow, but he wasn't limping per se.
Oh, okay.
Per se.
Do they look like they need a rest, or are they rested up after that. Oh.
Oh, they're.
You probably shouldn't just shout "Hey, you" at people.
I was.
You can't say that. You're further ahead with Enya.
Okay.
I
thought
don't
we were all
know
very
for that
good
anywhere.
hearing. She's
Staring
half
into
elf.
the distance. Hey, agent of the Inquisition, do you need healing?
Oh, no. I do not require healing.
Are you sure?
I require a holiday. Can I have one of
Don't we
those?
all?
Hmm.
I'm gonna shrug and just start following Bridget and Enya.
Don't take my meaning as an insult. I respect your craft. I'm also terrified about it, but I don't think you're a bad person.
No insult taken.
Oh, good.
Don't worry.
Good. I hate to be on your bad side.
Want to come with and check out this temple?
Yeah, sure. The conversation with Nettis was getting rather boring.
Don't let her hear
She can
you
be
say
like
that.
that.
Plus, I think she's noticed that I haven't had a shower in 2 weeks.
She also notices
To be
that.
fair, I don't think they have either.
It's like we've only been in here a day.
Axel must be in like his early 40s, actually, because he's very peppercorn grey around the temples. Long, very long but very peppered black hair, black and grey. But his face is just a blistering marriage of scars and burns that extend down to his neck. He's seen some stuff, no question. He's got a very neat cut across his left eye. A few fresh ones as well. I don't think a limp is really going to be the biggest he's ever actually dealt with. But he follows quite competently. And as you get closer to the temple, he draws his longbow up and notches the string with an ease that really belies any injuries he may have sustained.
I want to keep an eye on him. Just in case like he's pretending that his whatever injury it is isn't as bad.
Do we manage to catch up with Enya and Bridget?
Yes, because Enya is a tiny elf and she's an undetermined
And
age.
Bridget is.
Bridget is probably annoying the crap out of him at this point. How did
Excuse
you
me.
get so old?
No, we're having a very intelligent and one-sided conversation about the history and culture of Elven ruins.
Very-
One side.
Keywords
I bet
there.
she's
One-sided. Totes?
I'm teaching her a lot.
What are you teaching her about?
Halla.
Wow. Wow.
They're sacred to the Dalish, you know.
She looks at you with her Valasleen tattoos.
I'm sorry, I just got
Tell me
really
about
positioned
Valentina
here,
Gillinan.
where you have to slowly trace your Valis Slim with your middle finger.
My favourite Tumblr post yet.
Ah, is that true?
And the Dalish, tell me more.
I always thought they just, got very lonely there in the woods.
It's with weird antlers, it's true.
I stalk ahead so I'm level with them and also listening into the conversation because this is amusing me.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it's not funny, it's really important.
Hey, I don't know anything about elven culture, I'm learning.
Listening intently.
See, there's a legend. You probably heard of it. The Gillinan, the first Elvish maid turned goddess, was asked by her favourite, Andruil, to kill all of her creations of the giants, the beasts of the sea, creatures of the earth, air, and the Halla. This she did, although she did spare a few of them, including the Halla, which she gave as a gift to Andruil. Long has there been a rumour of one creature that survived by taking on the form of a Halla. Its name was Karajitis, and it has not forgotten that offence.
See, I heard it somewhat differently at the university.
You would, dear. You would.
Oh, okay. Maybe you should go and talk to them. They might be able to tell you more about it.
Bridget,
yes.
shut up.
Of course. They're going to listen to me. Just like you're listening to me.
Oh.
We're being polite otherwise.
I like this old lady.
Relax, darling. It's just a Halla. As she reaches the doorway, she stops for a second and then waits for the rest of you to catch up. I'm assuming you've all caught up.
Yeah.
I mean, I was up there with him. I was also planning on looking ahead and seeing if there were like any signs of people as we approached and anything other than, mysteriously opening doors.
Nothing. Although the rolling green tainted mist that seems to be eeping out of the place is not exactly welcoming.
Green mist. That's...
I keep my distance from that shit.
Allegra has the right idea.
So we're going to climb the walls or what?
Hills, yeah.
A bit like last time, I want to just take like a quick 5-minute walk and look around the edges.
You take one way, I can look the other.
Sure. You're going to try and walk around the ziggurat?
Just like, I know you said it's huge.
Yes.
Just sort of,
Yeah.
Can we reach a corner and look around and see anything of the surroundings?
To reach the corner would take about 15 minutes.
The bridge is gone. We have time.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I'm gonna sit down.
Just see if anything changes, if there are more doors, if there's
There's only
any
one door.
sign of things.
When you get to the corner, you look around it. Both of you see the same thing. This structure is sitting on its own floating island.
What? Well,
with nothingness in the distance. There is no horizon.
Okay.
In fact, you don't even know where the light comes from. There is no soil. There is no grass. There is nothing on the ground but this same desiccated rock. There's nothing, no inscriptions on the ziggurat at all. It's just neatly carved black rock of some kind. That doesn't seem to even have the bearings or the pleasancy of marble. It's simply dark. And the edges have not been worn at all. In fact, if you push too hard, you might actually cut yourself on the corner.
I just want to like touch the stone, and it's the most solid thing that seems to be in the fade.
Yes.
And
As this isn't the Fey, this is the Crossroads.
the crossroads.
Yeah. There is an important distinction, which you will learn between crying
I
fits.
was correcting myself before, and then everyone kept calling me the page.
It's fine. No, what's important is you made a mistake, and now everyone has to make fun of you. That's how everything on the internet works.
Let me touch the rock.
Okay. Do you want to roll Constitution, please?
Should I do the same? Because I'm doing the same on my end.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's all do it.
We both
Let's
have very good ideas.
Well,
touch the evil temple party. It'd be great.
I mean,
It's the same roll as last time.
to
11.
be honest, Allegra wouldn't know better.
Can
No,
I
she
add
wouldn't
my
actually.
drinking constitution?
What? No.
12.
So yeah, 11.
11. Stamina would help.
Oh, 13.
Anna?
12.
12, eh? Both of you are
That's
fine.
smart.
You don't take any damage or anything. However, when you put your hand on the stone, you feel a tug at a point in your body which you didn't even know existed. It feels like you're being drawn into the temple itself. And for 1 second, you almost feel like you're slipping into it, but then something clicks and you realize your hand's still on it. You haven't moved. And you have this rather queasy feeling in the pit of your stomach that something bad's just almost happened.
I jump
I
back.
take my hand back.
Yeah.
I just jump and just go, nope, and head back.
You also hear what sounds like an intake of breath from everywhere and nowhere at once, as if something's just tried to inhale. And who was it now? I do believe it was Becca. Yeah, your tattoo.
The compass one.
Yeah,
The
it's
fake
glowing.
one.
Yes, that's the one. It's actually glowing through your clothes. By the time you walk back to the rest
It's
of
on
the
my
camp,
face.
it's faded. Yeah, this is. I keep forgetting that. But yeah, when you get back to camp, it's rather dim now. But anyone who's actually bothers to look at you in the face will notice that the tattoo has a lyrium twinge to it. Don't look at me.
Oh my god, what did she do to me?
Okay,
In the meanwhile, while that was going on, I do believe Bridget and Lanara noticed something on the cove. There is actually it written in great writing of some familiar sort. It seems to be in Dalish or Old Elven. I'm try and translate it.
I can't read it.
I can try and piece it together.
Go ahead, roll lore and languages.
Or languages.
I love having a very non-elven person being a elven translator.
I've got no idea.
14.
14, eh? That's not
Don't
bad.
like all this Dalish shit.
It's a bit of an interesting dialect of Dalish you're not familiar with. Well, not Dalish, but Elven. It's old, ancient Elvish. But as far as you can tell, the closest translation is a temple of two places, one for the crossroads, one for the other side, not of the prison. Out of the veil, the Dreadwolf's threat, Gillenan's only folly.
Can I read it again, but slower?
I'm sorry, would you like me to talk extra slow?
Yes, and in that exact accent, please.
Okay. All right then, that's tickety boo. I am not doing that. But I will read it again. It says, a temple of two places.
We can
Go
make the
on.
Yes.
One for the crossroads.
Tilda, you're not allowed this unless I share it with you.
I'm writing it down just in case you do.
I'm writing everything down.
One for the side, not of the prison. And something remarking about outside the veil.
Something dark side.
What? I would never. And finally, to the bottom, or the last two lines say something which translates roughly as the Dreadwolf's threat.
I got that bit.
Yeah. And finally, it says Gillenane's folly, or Gillenane's only folly, specifically.
Yes, be specific, Bridget.
Bridget, specific.
Very specific, but perhaps not in the way that you will wish for me to be.
Oh, but tell me more. I was going to say, tell me more. You were going to tell me more. And then I said, haha, now you're being specific. And then I would have won. But you didn't. So I lost.
No, we just head back to the front door.
Strange that, isn't it?
Yes. So the other two come back after about half an hour.
Well, Bridget, did you
Apparently
share with
glowing.
the class what you translated?
Share with the class.
Are you asking? Oh, of course. If you wish to know, I'll share it with you. So you see this top line? Well, it talks something about temples and places, probably two places, if you see from the conjugation in the center. And then it says one for the crossroads. See, you can see the difference between 1 and 2 here because, you know, they're qualifying the noun.
Mm-hmm.
And then one for the side, not of the prison.
Stronger.
Guys, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Well, something that I don't know, and I just gesture at the tattoo that I can see from the peripheral of my vision is glowing.
What?
Think
What happened to you, Maria?
this again.
Can I like sense magic emanating from that tattoo? Like, is there something that I would have sensed all along, or
Rick is gone.
I just noticed?
And they take this opportunity to
Wow.
BRB.
Amazing. Our GM just fucked off.
I didn't know we were that bad.
He got fed up.
Bridget. She drove him away. Conjugations and
So anyway, my face
nouns.
is glowing and someone put lyrium in me. This is good. I need a thing.
And you're standing in front of a single doorway that is filled with green smoke. This is amazing. On a
Yes.
fucking floating island with no way out.
It's floating.
Yeah, I have the same view.
There is nothing there. It's not
There's-
even a horizon.
There's nowhere to go.
Something's happened and it's not my fault. Teresa's.
What?
If you're the
Can't
GM,
even remember
everything's
my
your
question
fault.
now. Oh wait, no, I can.
So she's finished.
She has. I started asking you a question.
Oh, we started
And then
talking over her.
you were gone.
You know, usually when it's actually pen and paper and people are actually in front of me, I love to give people notes, because how awesome is it as a knowledgeable player to be able to be the one to give the information to other players? It's very difficult on Hangouts because you have to send things and stuff. And, you know, within one fell swoop, Imogen's reminded me of why it's important. I'm going to repeat everything Rick said, but take twice as long. Oh, God. Yeah, God, Bridget, I hate you. I hate Bridget. Where is she?
Not even
She's
here
gone to the
defend herself.
bathroom.
Is that
gone
what she
to
calls
find-
it? She's gone for a glass. She's gone for a glass.
So
of
yeah,
ale.
anyway, I cut Bridget off and drew our attention to the fact that I'm glowing again.
And I started to ask if I could sense any sort of magic emanating from the tattoo, or if like, I'd been able
Roll
to sense
magic.
anything all along.
Roll magic. Roll it.
Oh, I rolled a 6 on my dragon die. I don't know if that makes a difference, but
Only when
It's
you
not-
roll a double with your other two
Okay.
die, or roll a double with any of the die, I should say.
okay. 15.
15.
I have a focus in primal magic, if that makes any difference, but I doubt it does.
No, it doesn't. Oh God, wait, she's back. Act normal,
Sorry,
guys.
I'm
Act
back. I know
normal.
you missed me.
Terribly.
I mean, Bridget is not a very good read of human emotions, so you know you could act natural terribly and be entirely believed.
What are you eating? And how is it you're still eating it?
Stew.
You eat so slowly. I would have had 3 bowls by now. I would have probably like eaten everyone else's food by now.
How do you know
Concentrating
this
on the
isn't
game.
my sixth bowl?
Touche and well said. So yes, you got 15. You don't need to use primal. However, on a side note, I am thinking of actually, because I use magic as a stat in this game to detect magic, because they don't have a mechanism like that in the Dragon Age game. That's a mistake in my mind. I'm thinking of actually adding a focus, humbering a focus, which is for magical detection, because it makes sense. This seems to be lacking one. Anyways, for a 15, you feel that something's singing
Singing.
in her face.
Oh God.
Delirium, it seems to be singing in a rather odd sound. It sounds like it's missing a few notes, like part of a song that is lacking a few instruments.
It's
However,
like
as
karaoke night at the university.
is that with or without Arthur? Sorry, guys, that's an in joke.
Oh my god.
The shade.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He is an amazing singer, and he's better than me, and I hate him for it. Jerk.
Shade in the fade.
God, Imogen, it's the crossroads, not the fade.
No, so that'd be an amazing
I like
T-shirt idea.
Bridget,
Bridget,
no.
the shade and the fade. Oh, God. All right, but yes, you get the impression that there is a lot of magic there, potent, unused. It seems to be singing Bridget Shade Maiden. Jesus Christ.
And I can tell that there's lyrium in that
Yes.
tattoo, right?
You can also tell that it's old type of magic.
Maria, are you aware that you have lyrium in your skin?
It wouldn't surprise me. I did tell you about the fact the random drunken hazy vision I remember of getting the tattoo.
Yes. It seems, well, lyrium's incredibly poisonous, especially to non-mages.
Well, that's fun,
See,
man.
the person who gave me the tattoo, I thought I trusted. I'm starting to wonder,
I would...
but I don't know. I don't. She did things and she didn't tell me why. She definitely, much like Enya here, believed. That's not her name. Believed in fate and destiny, and I just learned to go with it. And sometimes I should have asked more questions.
Well, I suppose it's too late for that now, but you should know that your tattoo is radiating magic. It's practically singing.
Just so we're clear, it's just that one. I mean, I know the others are enchanted in their way, but that's the different one, right?
Rick, is it just that tattoo, or is it... Rick?
I'll take one.
Yes.
Is it just that tattoo that's magical? Or is it that none of the others are reacting in any way, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yes, Maria, it is just that tattoo.
The others just kind of wiggle in response.
Correcti.
Okay, well,
I would
mean,
be
it doesn't
interested to see
hurt
if it
or
gets...
anything. It's just unnerving that so much I don't know, and it's on me.
Let us know if you sense anything different about it the further inside we go.
Well, I'll keep my eye out. So, are we heading in?
You love the
Like I said, we've
reluctance.
got nowhere else to go.
You're loving the natural reluctance. No one in the party wants to be the first person. I enter the temple. You know, this is, nope. I'm good.
Who would?
Let's let Bridget go.
Well, I'll step up and
For
just sort of
science!
step towards the mists and see if they seem poisonous.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was going to put one of my swords into the mist to see if anything happened.
The sword melts. No, nothing happens.
I look at
Okay.
Maria. Let's do this, I suppose. There's nowhere else to go.
Only way is into the darkness.
Is it?
Oh,
yeah,
boy,
is
I
it
love
dark
this.
enough? If it is, then I will light up my staff again. Not that it did much good before, but...
No, but it was a fog before. This is different. This is darkness with
Oh, okay.
a very thin layer of mist at your feet. As you enter the temple doors, they don't close behind you.
Thank
Okay.
Small mercies, huh?
Thanks heavens for small mercies. The way ahead is a T-junction. It's the actual cave network that you're in, or the tunnel, is
I'll
made
put the
from
kettle on.
pristinely carved blocks of cindered and darkened rock. There is no jags, no wear and tear, no worn edges, nothing. It's just perfect, immaculate. And upon these walls, which have no reflection or condensation, is a engraving of what seems to be Elvish hunter, judging by the ears, raising her bow against a Halla, golden and white. Now, what strikes you odd about this drawing isn't the white Halla that it's aiming at, because it's all done in this monochrome style, black up to like bright white engravement. This thing which strikes you as odd is the white Halla, which is looking at the hunter with a feeling of utter resignment. It has a shadow which doesn't look like it.
Oh.
The shadow that's cast on the floor is this malign variant of the Halla. Its horns are cobwebbed or dripping with something. Its face is more angular. It's more serrated. The whole thing seems unnervingly odd.
It sounds exactly like that story that Enya was telling me about.
Guys, don't touch the rock.
What?
Yeah, don't do that. That's a bad idea.
Why?
However, you have a left and a right exit to this
the
room.
rock.
That's a quote. Don't touch the rock.
I thought you loved the rock, Becca.
I was going to say, Becca touching all the rocks.
rock without permission.
True role playing.
Method acting.
I can only roleplay myself.
Rocks come up and roleplay goes out the window.
It's funny to play a
was big
dwarven.
and black.
Oh, I got a nice bit of dirt here, Tony. It's lovely. It is. It's trying to kill me, right? But I'll kill it first. Yeah. Eldons are crazy.
Like you can't.
What?
As a Devonian, I'm offended.
Oh.
Never in my life has anyone said that's a nice bit of dirt there.
There's not a bit of dirt there.
That's because it's in Devon.
Do you drive to school in your combine harvester? That's the question.
No, I walk to school.
Are the passages in front of us kind of exactly the same? Do they appear? Does one appear more inviting than the other?
No, they seem to be identical. Both lead into rooms that seem to be lit in an eerie green light.
Into rooms, not further tunnels.
No, the tunnels that the T-junction that you're in leads into two rooms, one on the left, one on the right.
Does one of them smell better?
No, both of them smell equally bad and dangerous.
No following your nose.
Minara, can you detect anything?
Yeah, can I?
Do you want to roll for it? How do you want to detect?
Can I?
Sight,
Yeah.
sound, smell, magic.
It's magic, I think, at this point. Cause...
Magic! Go for it.
Can I listen to see if I can hear something from any of the...
Oh, I rolled doubles.
Oh my god!
Neither of them is a 6. But I rolled 2 5s. One of them is on my dragon die. I don't know whether that means anything.
That does actually mean that you've activated your dragon die and you now have 5 stunt points to use as an exploration stunt. Sake of the argument, though, because exploration stunts are in sore need of
Page
tuning.
133.
Yeah, we only have the combat.
I rolled
stunts.
18.
Seriously, you guys.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna, whatever. I'm gonna cut this to it's useful. And what was the hearing check?
14?
14. You hear what sounds like murmuring in the distance, like a whisper, just in the like echoed along the corridors further in. Can't make out the words though.
Can I make out, like, which direction they come from?
Both.
Damn it.
Yep, sorry.
Because of course they do.
The magical sense, however, you get this construction it predates anything you've ever detected before. This place is old. It's the taste of it as well is a taste of sorrow and the determination that makes your mouth feel acidic as you're just sensing it, feeling in all of these things. There's a lot of anger in this place, a lot of resentment and bitterness, and it feels like something's been waiting.
Does it seem like it's stronger in either one of the directions?
It does not. Sorry to be a bore.
I figured that would be the answer.
Let's not split the party, please.
However, the way left is filled with less bitterness than the way right.
Okay.
It's filled with what?
Slightly comforting.
Could mean everything. Could be nothing.
I'm going to turn
Can-
to... Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, does it seem like the sort of place that might have booby traps?
Suddenly, Bridget is Indiana Jones.
hey, excuse me, but I have a focus point in traps, okay? So
Wait, I
You're
don't.
You're in a mysterious and alien temple on the crossroads.
yeah, it might have traps.
Yes, it may have traps. Would you like to check?
Yes, I would like to check because if
Say the
one way
words.
has traps and the other
Say it.
doesn't.
I searched the room for traps. Say it.
I searched the room for all of the. Oh, and I do very well.
Such a goddamn.
Does a focus give you +2?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you say? Okay, on top of your
Dexterity.
level. Okay,
Is it dex or is it perception?
Traps are under dexterity.
it's Dex.
I do
Can
believe dex
do the
is actually creating traps, not detecting.
21. Oh, okay.
I
I created trap behind us.
was going to say no. Dex traps is more for creating them,
Okay.
as far as I'm aware. You might be looking at just perception checks there.
Can I also do a search in the room? I assume we're going the slightly friendlier way.
Everyone's gone paranoid, so if anyone wants to roll a perception check in the first room in the entire freaking temple,
Yep.
please, by all means, do it. Let's
I'm
search
just
the
being
crap out of
cautious.
this.
Freaked us out.
I mean, I'm an ex-assassin. Of course, I see stuff in the shadows all the time.
I just rolled a freaking 21 with a double 6. And
Everyone's
I got a 19 and I was happy.
God
Could
damn.
that 21 be applied to a perception check instead of the dexterity?
23?
To be fair, I think it's a given that dexterity could actually work.
23 with
Traps
6
all
stun
over.
points.
Oh,
I think I'm slowly dying on the inside. All right, cool.
I think we
Between the
see
lot of you,
all.
you literally skirt the entire room from top to bottom. There are no flat panels. There are no pressure traps. There are no small holes or fire incendiaries or anything like that which could come out and kill you. It's clean.
I make sure not to touch any of the walls.
Okay,
Well-
I say we
If the-
go left.
Was the left way the one that was less bitter?
Yes.
Then I agree with Bridget.
Yeah.
You go left?
Yeah, let's do it.
You move into the room to your left. It's very bland and spartan, spare for several holsters where torches with a spitting green fire are mounted, casting the room in this really eerie emerald light. At least I said gremled. That's not a word. That's not even a thing. In here, there is this rather intricate mosaic made up from like thousands of tiny bits of different types of rock inscribed all across the walls. Taking it in, you actually make out what seems to be, yeah, Lenara is about as stuffy as Hermione. It's depicting an armored elf with seems to be some sort of crown on its head with a rather long bow. It's a female elf. No, sorry, it's male. It's definitely male. Is that male? Yeah, no. It's hard to tell.
It's a non-binary elf.
It's a non-binary elf.
Yeah.
It's difficult to tell because the elf is armored in this thick black armor and carrying a spear of black darkness and a bow as well, and it's hunting what seems to be all these shadowy shapes around it. And in the inscription at the top, it says very simply, Andruil hunts the dark, or rather, the void would be a close translation.
Does it say that in Elven?
Yes. It's easily translated. And there is, let's see, there are two exits from the room. One goes further onwards. There seems to be a corridor. And the second one is just like a complete U-turn, switching to your right, which seems to lead into a rather large room.
Is Enya still with us?
She is. She's just looking around, looking rather worried.
I'm gonna look. I like ask her. Do you have any input on any of these?
Becca!
No.
Oh no! Becca has gone. Yeah.
She ran.
Fair enough. I'd run too. Creepy temple is creepy. Do you have any input on any of these murals that we're looking at?
Well, yes. It seems to be when Andril hunted the void for the best challenge. It eventually drove him mad.
Seems like the same fate may await us if we spend too long in this temple.
I was going to say exactly the same thing. Thank you, Lenara.
Is that because of the
I am
temple?
okay with getting out of here,
Is that because
but
of
we
the
need
temple,
to
or is it
find
because of
some
him?
other place to go because we can't go back.
Ha! It isn't. It is a she. God damn it. I read an article about Andrew the other day, and it was said it was a he. It was like, oh, come on. Yeah, but it's a god. It can be whatever it can be.
Yeah. Okay, so the room you were saying looped back around. There was another passage at the end that started going towards the right.
Yes, you standing in the middle of the room, you have a passage on your left, which seems to go into a corridor, and there's a passage to your right, which links to a larger room.
Can I sense any change in the sort of magic from same as before? Can I sense anything different about each of the different ways?
Just 1 second. Thanks, Teresa. I figured it out, but you know, like, last minute information is always funny.
What's my wife saying?
She just wrote Andrew as a she. I'm like, I just said exactly that.
I don't know what just happened.
Welcome back.
Just there.
It was just me.
Oh wait, Becca's come back. Ingrid, she's been
Yes,
wow, there's a lot of lag. God. Yes, roll your dice for your magic check.
Ah.
Eh.
As she does that, can I go and peek into the room?
11.
Oh no, come on.
Was it-
11.
Yeah, 11. Not great.
You'd like to peek into room the room to the right
Yeah,
together? Yeah.
not walking into it, just looking and.
Holy crap! Really? Is that what's there? Oh god, I forgot about that.
Well, that
Oh my
sounds
god.
comforting.
Wonderful.
Want me to make a seeing check?
You can actually see it's quite clear in that room from what you can tell from where you are, at least.
Quite
There
clear that
is
we're all gonna die.
There's a pit in the middle of the room, which is just one big bonfire of green veil fire. Around it are these small statues of all of these different things. This is the centered room, yes. It seems that when you entered, you've had a room to the left and the right, both of which loop around into a center room, which is further in.
Okay.
And there's also been a corridor which loops around to something else.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Which room are they looking into? The one, like
the middle one.
La 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 la. That's what you're looking at.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
So we're in room
La 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 la.
2, or I can't see the numbers. Yeah, are we in room 2 at the
It's 'cause
moment?
it's backwards. You're in room 2, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It needs D20, huh? Haha. I manage. Yes. Also, would you mind rolling a dexterity check, please?
Me.
No.
Everyone?
Anna.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Any focuses?
Traps.
No. Okay. Fuck yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. That is 16.
16. Nice. You manage to. You feel your toes dip unusually on the surface as you feel the touch of a pressure plate, managing to step back just in time as these spear-like constructs whip up from the ground with their shing noise. It looks like this display of antlers made of some material you're not familiar with that just emerge, come up, and then go clunk, 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 and go back into the ground again.
Right.
See?
Watch your
Booby
step, guys.
traps.
We weren't wrong to be paranoid.
After the first room.
Anyway, you figured out which stone it was. It seemed to be the lip of the door itself. That would have been funny. Not like in a good way, just like
Allegra impaled. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh.
That sounds like
yeah.
a
Did
book.
I with the magic?
The wrong kind of book.
The wrong. Oh wow. Oh Rick. Oh,
There we go.
Ingrid, did you remember that there's a monolith in the drawer?
With that magic check, did I sense anything?
Yes. You got an 11 though, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yes. You got a very strong sense of power in that room that almost killed Allegra.
This is the main room, the middle.
Yes.
I'm going to carefully walk over to Allegra, making sure not to stand anywhere near where she put her foot.
That's good. That's good.
Can any of you disarm this so that we can enter?
I can try and disarm it.
I think.
Would that fall under dexterity?
Yes.
Sure, I have something to do with traps, and I don't know what it is.
What were you trying to say?
Oh, there it is.
Is it quick? Because I'm kind of. No kidding. Go, dude. Anyone dead?
I'm trying to do it now.
Go for it.
17.
Wow, nice. With the tip of your knife, you actually managed to trick the pressure plate into dislocating itself.
Do
So,
you
in
actually
other
have
words,
a knife?
I do have a knife.
Everyone has a knife in a
Don't
medieval type fantasy
cross
setting.
me.
For cutting your thread.
She'll
I like-
cut you.
I actually have a rapier as well, so
Oh, that's the
and
worst
a
name.
tiny spade.
It's called trowel, darling. It's called trowel.
Excuse me, you told me to write tiny spade.
I know. And I told you to write it because we would have this exact conversation later. Also because, a trowel's great for dirt in it. But
Also, a trowel is not a tiny spade.
it's a tiny spade.
Okay.
Just imagining like a huge spade in miniature now, like a tiny one, but still with the like the haft and everything and the handle on it.
Oh, God.
You do get them,
tiny
don't
one.
you, for like sugar?
Yeah.
Easily
do you-
distracted, us.
Do you kind of say, whilst you're disarming the trap, do you kind of whisper, burning brighter? Or something?
Tiny spade.
Tiny spade. But yes, you disarm the trap. Who are you?
There you go, guys.
Before
Actually
we
useful. I'm so happy.
step into this room, are there any other traps that you can see, Bridget?
I get my tiny spade out. I can't see them. I can just disarm them.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
take a
guys,
look
search
now.
again.
Now that I know what I'm looking for, I'm just gonna take another look around.
We're all paranoid again.
Perhaps.
Nothing wrong with paranoia.
Ah, not as good. 13.
16?
16? Yeah,
Yes.
there aren't any of the traps.
16.
At least not as far as you can tell.
I think we're safe.
Okay,
That
let's
seemed to be the
proceed
only
with
one.
caution. You can go first, seeing as you're the one who said it was safe.
Well, we know how well that went, but sure. I'm keeping my swords out, by the way. Just being
Oh, yeah.
safe. It's my safety blanket.
What a safety blanket. That's cool. You enter the next room, room 4, which is very bright. Everything is cast in a very strong green light. Your faces, your clothes. It's very eerie in here. You can hear the flames wafting green.
Of course they are.
Around the pit in the center are lots of statues with old gods. Or some sort of iconography or different types of things. They're casting flickering shadows around them. And set against the wall is this rather large mosaic display that seems to have been slightly worn. It's the first sign you've seen any aging, and it's on this mosaic. Particularly, one particular spot, it seems to be a picture of a stag-like thing in black that seems to be offering its hand out towards an elf with no hair. And behind this elf with no hair stands this, in its shadow, is this gigantic wolf with 3 eyes on both sides.
Do we recognize it from the big wolf shape we thought?
Yeah, kind of, although that was a white misty thing. This is like a shadow. It seems to be very metaphorical.
But it's the same number of eyes.
Yes. Although the damage seems to be obscuring the elf's face.
I'm just waiting for like the Teresa to catch up.
Give it a few seconds.
Wait for it.
They seem to be in conversation.
Not
There's
again.
another exit from this room on the other side that seems to be mirroring the entrance you're coming in. And there is a rather large set of silvered doors that lead further up, leading north or away from you. That seems to be a special set of doors, though, that have
For special people.
for special people, for specialists.
Like the main set
Halla.
of doors in the room. I just said the silver ones are like the main set in the room. The rest look like side doors.
Yes. Also, would you mind kindly rolling a perception check?
All of us?
All of us.
Or just...
Yes.
For what?
Is there
Actually, no. Tell a lie. Roll an initiative check.
That
Nothing.
Oh my god.
Mandatory Fen Harel squealing.
Oh!
6.
I rolled doubles. I rolled
Wow.
2 6s.
Nice.
I rolled 2 4s.
2 4s, huh?
6.
20?
Did anyone get less than 9?
I got 6.
Did
I
anyone...
got 15.
18.
It's okay because I have 63 health.
This won't help you.
Oh no.
As you enter the room,
Instant
there is this
death.
moment where Bridget is there, and
Oh,
then
God.
she's falling.
What? Falling in.
Well,
Now, by my
Must be
estimations,
nice.
I do believe that Allegra is the closest person to her. So, Allegra, you have a chance to catch her. She dies.
I'm gonna take it. What do I roll?
Shit.
Do it. Roll a dexterity.
Does it help
Athletics.
if your initiative was really high?
My initiative was
No,
20, so you know.
Oh, you got higher than me. That's good.
pretty much.
I just hope my dex roll now is gonna be good because I feel
Goodbye,
like I
Paul.
wasted my roll now.
Favor.
Oh fuck! Let's see.
Was she falling? Like, did the floor open up, or
13.
I'll get to that. 13.
oh,
There's a moment where Allegra dives forward, using her full body weight to throw herself to the edge, and she throws her arm over what looks like a sudden gap in the floor. You hear someone squeal in the darkness below, and if anyone bothers to look over the edge, Allegra is holding on to Bridget's hand.
Allegra.
And Allegra is just dangling.
can I run over and help them? I'm going to reach down and grab.
You can. It's going to
grab
take
Bridget as well.
It's going to take a might check with Allegra rolling, but with +1 for everyone who helps.
+2, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if anyone rolls a double 1, that's an instant fail. You know they say about too many people helping.
Ding son.
Ding son.
Ding son. It's a strength check, right?
Yes, might specifically. You're trying to yank her back up.
17.
17, nice.
No, 19 with the pluses.
19. Yes,
Nice.
nice. Cool.
Thank you.
After a few moments where it looks like you're going to lose your archaeologist, you manage to yank her slowly back over the edge. Everyone's panting.
I'm in tears.
Her crying and her squealing causes the echoes. You realize that the flooring around here is actually missing certain parts, but the way the tiles have been laid out, it's an image. You actually need to focus on where the actual floor is to see it. Or, throw sand down, whatever.
That's tricky. Oh, I
It's a
hate
trap,
this place.
and I fell into it. I feel like I've been hoisted by my own petard.
Also-
Snark you to the last.
You also notice that in this pit, this hole, there are a multitude of countless floors going down and down and down into the darkness below.
My first thought was just, in Latin, Jehovah starts with an I.
Right?
Rick, I think you'll appreciate this. You know, hoisted by your own petard.
Yes.
It technically means to be blown up by your own bomb.
Yes.
But in Shakespearean England, petard was another word for like passing wind.
Yeah.
So it is a fart joke.
Because that's Shakespeare for you.
Yeah.
So it's basically smelling your own fart.
Well, kind of thrown into the air by your own fart.
Speed fighting, okay.
I thought it was a naval term.
It can be a naval term because it's like a grenade that you create. You leave like a bomb on the floor, and then if you're blown up by it, you're hoisted by your own petard.
Of course. Don't get blown up by your own explosion.
But yeah, so petard is to flatulate.
Honestly, if I was hit by my own explosion, the last thing that would go through my mind would probably be my ass. So I still like the joke, though. I'm still going to borrow that.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You'll have to explain it in great detail using Elizabethan English, but
I'll try and use your delightful Devon accent as well. Did you sound like Devon?
Friend.
When you say there are floors underneath this gap in our floor, are they like the depth of another room down, like this one from the ceiling to the floor of this room? Is it that again?
It seems
down?
to be. No visible way of getting down there, but yeah.
Besides falling.
I realised why I fell down it, because I don't have any floors.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. I think we're losing viewers here.
For a second there, I was worried that we were going to lose Bridget.
Sorry.
I gave you the chance of letting her go, and you all saved her. Except for Rebecca, for some reason. I don't know why she didn't. She just stood there.
I was the first one that said I was hanging on the back of Allegra.
No, Marae just stood there as like, wow, this is interesting. Right. Anyways, come on. You got a temple to score.
Sorry.
How far down is that second floor?
It's a good. Let me see now. 15 meters. To try and make that jump would be without any knowledge of any way to get back up as well.
Oh.
There's 100 ways
Stupid.
this could go wrong.
I'm not going to jump. I like my ankles to be fully formed and in one piece.
Indeed. And remember, there is a door heading north that you've yet to examine. And these two double doors seem to be made of some sort of finely polished silver.
Loot 'em.
Seems a waste.
So
for a
can we get to
doors.
them without falling through the floor?
No, that's a good question. You're going to have to roll a perception test.
What, like searching?
Well, any of you got salt?
No.
Depends what type.
I have a whole load of clothes, apparently. Nothing useful though.
All right, just
Yeah,
roll
I have a lot
a
of-
perception test.
I have a tiny spade.
Oh, I got double 6.
Oh, I got 2 5s.
All the doubles now.
Oh my god, guys! I have a whistle.
17.
Yeah, you insisted
Oh my
on that. That was
goodness.
your self-defense whistle.
Yeah.
You are literally the only person in Thedas with a prevention whistle.
Yeah.
15.
I think that's awesome, to be fair.
Exactly.
Ahead of her time.
15 perception.
Before her time, yeah.
God. Wait,
I lost
16.
my torch, didn't I? I got 17.
Ah! Yeah, no one got under 9, so you make it without any issue. No one got 6 again.
I didn't fall again.
No, you did. Didn't.
I have my whistle. I am armed against all eventualities.
And no, I lost my rope as well, didn't I?
As she's falling to her death, you hear the whistle
Still
blowing
attached to the mirror.
for many minutes before it hits the ground. in
Prevention.
silence. Right, so you get your way to the silvered door. Upon getting closer to it, you realize that there's an inscription all over it, which seems to be done in a rather eerily written circular pattern that seems to spiral inwards. However, when you look at it for too long, you start getting a migraine because the spiral doesn't seem to end.
Okay. Is it
Is that?
Did you say
Elvin?
there was...
Bridget?
I feel like Bridget wouldn't get a headache because she's so used to spiraling incompetence.
Wow. All right. Would you like to read it?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Please do. You're going to need a willpower check, please.
Did you say there was
Self-discipline?
veil fire in the middle of the room?
Yes, a big pit of veil fire.
Green
I have-
bonfire.
I have a lantern. Can I go and light my lantern with that veil fire?
You can try.
We did it in Inquisition.
Right. So, Rick, what do doubles do?
If you roll a double, that means you activate your dragon die. Your dragon die gives you stunt points, which can then be used for stunts. The majority
Okay,
of these stunts
that's
are used in combat, although there are a piss poor selection for things like exploration and social. They're
Yeah,
great. It's
that's-
just I don't find any use for them half the time.
Okay, I'm not going to bother with it. So,
No, it's fine. I tend to reward players by giving them extra info regardless.
Oh,
well,
no, there
I
are some
got-
interesting ones though.
There
I got
are
it.
some things that can be added, but they're generally like a guideline for
double
modules.
6. And
Yeah.
overall, I got 18 self-discipline.
Turn to self-discipline. That's amazing.
No, I'm very disciplined. I don't listen to anyone else, only myself.
I am.
Nobody cared about me before the mask. Yeah. Dennis, I am your salvation. I'm making Matilda laugh, and she's trying to embroider or something.
I'm sewing the collar of my tunic for Anakin.
She's gonna end up sewing her hand to the tunic.
Excuse
it
me,
works,
I have spent
Anakin.
years sewing. I already burned my hand for this cosplay, so
I think you underestimate the ability that I have to be a distraction.
Was it the right hand though, Tilda?
it was my right hand.
Nice.
Plus method acting, or should I say method cosplay?
Method cosplay. You are the cosplay.
Right, what do I roll now after self-discipline? So I
That's
haven't
it.
melted by reading.
So, no, you haven't turned into like the end scene from The Last Crusade. What did you roll again? It was 6, 6, and
2, but it ended up at 18.
Nice. Despite the fact that you actually find that your mouth tastes of tin and egg and sulfur, and you realize that there's some blood in it, you actually manage to hold on to your bearings and not start chanting the words that seem to be erupting in your mind.
I will not chant anybody else's words but my own.
Steely academic arrogance, which allows you to endure this pig-headedness that allows you to endure it. You actually managed to get it's not so much you don't translate it, you just know what it said. There is no word for word thing. You just simply you've endured it, and now you know that this temple can travel from between the crossroads and it can take itself to the real world.
Ah, that would be a good way out.
Magical transporting mansion.
And before you get to explain this to everyone, you throw up on the floor.
I'm gonna step backwards.
I was going to say, I was
Watching out for holes in the floor.
nervous of what had happened when we touched the stone before. I was like moving towards it to just sort of make sure that nothing bad was happening, and then just step back again. Like, nope, you got
No, I'm out.
I'm going to take a sip of water from my backpack. I'm going to damp my mouth on my traveling clothes. I'm going to just turn around and tell nobody else to read that. And then I'm going to convey what I read. Well, I didn't really read it. I just knew it intrinsically.
I bet you
Well,
were
that's
trying to say that about
convenient then.
everything.
Anyone else suddenly more loath to go through this door?
Oh, by the way, did my veil fire thing with the lantern work?
Yes.
I just want to bring some of it with, just in case.
You can't keep it.
I'm going to call it squishy.
I'm sorry, Rick. That sounds like a veiled threat.
Oh my god. You are the new dad jokes. Sorry, you haven't heard some of these puns. They are literally terrible. You think? Yeah, of course it's Imogen.
I love you, Ingrid.
Loves you. Yeah, get a room, whatever. Go on. Preferably with thick walls.
So you don't have to hear the punning.
Yeah. End of puns. So, do you want to go through the doors? Or would you like to...
I mean, is there a way to open them?
Yeah.
The
They have
handles.
handles.
Yeah.
If I reach
And
out
like
and
I said, if anyone
tentatively
else
touch
is
it.
more nervous about these doors than they
Sorry.
were before.
Pardon?
Who touches the doors?
Me.
I
Just
do
with
not.
like one finger, very quickly.
The second you touch them, the spiral engravings begin to illuminate in a very crisp and eerie blue light. The doors themselves open under their own weight, which, as it turns out, is a lot. They're very thick and they're internally made of stone. They shift without any creak, without any shuffling of dirt. They simply open with a gasp of air between you and there, and your hair and any loose bits of clothing gets blown a bit as the airflow between the two rooms gets exchanged. You get a smell of what's, for the first time, you smell decomposition. It smells like death in the next room.
Like
This is
rolling
over the
things
smell of
or
vomit
just-
directly in front of us.
Well, the vomit helps. That just smells like a lot of sweet cakes and jelly deals.
Does it smell like something's died in there, or is it just stale air?
It's just very stale. It smells like something has died a long time ago. If you've ever been in an attic, which has had like a dead rat in there or something, it smells like that.
Any light in the room, or?
Yes, luckily. There seems to be like 2 or 3 streams of light coming in from the roof, which seems to be the center of the ziggurat. Which means that the walls must have been essentially very thick. The structure has a very small hollow inside it. But this hall that you're standing in is very big. There are pillars, at least 5 pillars on either side holding up the ceiling. They are all engraved with white and black concessive engravings of Hallas all dancing around each other, just going around and up all the way to the top, chasing each other as they go. In the center of the room, there is a die, which is basically a plinth of rock which is raised. And on this is illuminated by one of these beams of fade light, or the sunlight from outside, is a skeleton bearing black armor. And there is a spear that seems to be plunged down its throat and pinning it to the floor. The spear is made of black stone.
Does this armor look at all like the armor in the murals on the walls?
For lack of any other explanation, yes, it does. But that makes no sense.
Ryan knows nothing, and so I know nothing.
See, I genuinely know nothing. Like, I have absolutely no idea.
Becca's just freaking out in the corner.
Oh god, this is why I didn't want Lenara to know anything about Dalish stuff, because I have no fucking idea.
To the left and to the right, there are visible alcoves going off to rooms to the left and the right, and inside those you can see just a little bit of what looks like a multitude of statues in there, or other things, something shiny. But otherwise, the room is completely empty. There's nothing else there, although the ceiling is very dark. So getting a line of sight on everything in that place is next to impossible.
The ceiling was open, like the top of the ziggurat, presumably.
It's not open as in like completely open to sky, but there are holes in the ceiling.
Do they look like they're deliberate holes, like skylights, or if they are just... Okay.
This isn't damage. Plus, there were two smaller doors with look like intricate locked portals to your left and right, which seems to link back to those two first rooms you entered.
So, do we want to take a closer look at this place?
I'm gonna I'm gonna look for traps if I can.
Yeah,
I'm gonna join you.
Kind of good at that.
Yeah, definitely gonna look for traps as we go.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is this perception then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perception, yes.
That's so good.
12.
11.
10.
17? No, 19. Math is hard. Traps and no more holes in the floor, please.
Yes. Stepping forward slowly while doing the searching.
Oh, yes.
Doing that little toe tap. I'm walking like a medieval person.
Who's first?
Toes
Feeling
first,
around carefully.
don't die. If I'd gone toes first, I wouldn't have fallen down that hole.
Bloodless?
Well, you know.
Learning baby.
Can I walk towards the skeleton in the center of the room?
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Very tentatively
Yep.
and carefully.
Drawn towards
Any
that as well.
checks for traps, by the way, don't reveal anything immediate.
Which means there's something there which just didn't roll high enough.
That
We just
really,
set something out.
19 isn't high enough? Oh, fuck my life.
that makes me feel really good.
Oh, Rick's look.
You get used to it. But yes, you get closer to the skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
It's
like
got
too close, just close.
a good, 10 meters, 20 meters?
Oh, well, no, I'm thinking like
The base
Three?
of the
at least
flint.
10 feet away from it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's,
up to the edge of the dais.
Yeah.
It's a backless throne of some sort. The cloth that was on it has rotted away, and the figure that's been sitting on it has been brutally impaled through the mouth, through the ribcage, to the actual rock with this spear of some unknown black metal. The armor it's wearing didn't seem to help it, obviously, because it went between it. It's seems to be a light plate of some kind, a bit more lightweight, than full plate. But the material, again, what it's made of is this flawless, non-reflective, matte black material of some kind.
I didn't know the ancient elves invented Vanta Black. Oh my god.
Is that like some sort of like...
It's black is black.
It's the black color we've invented that absorbs light.
Yeah.
It's like the darkest black you'll ever get. Anyway.
Elves had a lot of time to experiment. Come on.
This is true.
I thought it was called My Chemical Romance Black, but sure. I don't know.
I'm gonna tentatively just place a hand on the dice just to see if anything happens.
Nothing.
How high is it? Are there steps up to it, or is it kind of like...
It's just one step that comes up to the average person's knee height.
Okay. I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm climbing up on that dice.
Yeah, I'm following suit. I want to check out that armor.
I am not climbing. You guys will appreciate the other day I walked in and I saw a catalogue on the side and it was for Solar's holidays, but I saw Solar's holidays.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, damn.
Can I interest you in a journey?
I can show you the thing.
I can take
No one ever actually finished the Dragon Age Inquisition and stopped to think, what does fade mean as a word?
What?
When you realize that fade, grammatically, to fade away, fade, it's like when you realize what the fade is and what the veil is, and you learn the truth, it's like, I should have known that.
I haven't finished Trespassing.
Yeah, neither have I.
Nope.
You know what you should do? Finish it!
I've been playing
God.
Witcher. I've been busy.
I haven't finished
Just do the quest
game
bit.
yet.
And
Same,
don't
Alan,
romance
same.
Solus and then play Trespasser.
I don't think I'm even halfway yet.
Your hearts are too unbroken. You need to have them broken. Please go forth. And
I
play the
didn't
game.
romance Solus, so that's not my heart is not going to get broken.
Oh,
Yeah,
screw
same.
that. I just get the bloody eraser on the face. That's all. Everyone is like, everyone's done that.
I mean,
particular
I've been
point.
spoiled for everything already because.
Right?
You haven't finished either, Anna.
Hmm?
You haven't finished either.
No, I don't think I'm even halfway through the base game.
Oh, right.
Let me tell you, Dragon Age 4 is going to be brutal. It's going to
Oh,
be
I can't wait. And I also am going to be so disappointed. Anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. Yes, you're on the die. Who is it's Lanara, I believe?
Yeah, and
I think we all
Allegra.
just kind of stepped on. After you touched it and shown that it didn't explode or suck you in.
Yeah, exactly. I'm beelining it for the armor. I want to check out that. I'm more up close.
Cool. You check the armor. Do you want to appraise it, touch it, take it up? What do you want to do?
I want
I wanna
to
feel it.
as well.
Put it up on fin.no or eBay or what?
No.
Roll to undulate.
One slightly used set of void armor.
I want to touch it.
Cool. You touch it. It's beautiful. It's like touching solid silk.
Can I look at the spear?
Yes.
Do I evaluate it?
I do believe you can actually try and guess what type of material it is if you have.
Can I put it on?
Seriously?
That's my next move. I'm looking at the clasps and everything just to see how it goes together.
It seems to be made from a non-leather system, as in the material is the only element of it, and it's put together using a fine system of hooks and clasps, which are made of the same material. Which
Wow, this
hook
is
in
really
into themselves.
riveting.
The great thing about it is it seems to have a system whereby it flexes for
Sorry.
use as well. It's designed for a hunter.
Can I start taking
Can
it?
I figure out?
Before, yeah. Allegra, wait a moment. Can I just see if I can sense anything magical and dodgy about the armor?
If you want, do a magic test. Everyone else, roll a perspective check, please. You may choose hearing, smelling, or sight. I don't give one.
Can't do searching.
I'm gonna smell.
Yeah, you're gonna smell. You're gonna smell bad.
I'm assuming. Well, no, yeah, 15.
18.
Actually, I probably shouldn't do smelling because I just
17.
vomited.
Unless I can add searching.
Mhm.
Yes? 20.
Yes. 20.
I'm not going to do empathy. I'm going to do hearing. And that is 14.
Cool. First of all, the spear and the armor are old, and they have an air of power to them. Very, very sharp and direct power, which has been born from ambition and determination. But there's also a slight edge to it. It seems to be an edge of madness that seems to be just echoing ever so slightly in its surface. You can't tell if it's dangerous, but it's as a magical item, it's an unhappy one. But it's
Right
very
up
powerful.
until the madness point, I was going to say armor for Slytherins.
I don't know. Met some Slytherins.
I,
However,
Rude. Okay.
you as you stop looking at the armor and about to say something, you notice that there is a Harlequin standing literally about 2 meters away from you, looking at you.
Okay.
Does everyone else see him?
Yeah. No one spotted him emerge or anything. He was just there. And he gestures towards the spear and the spear with one hand, offering.
Offering?
As far as I can tell, this is not
So-
yours to offer, Harlequin.
He just
gonna
cocks its head to one side.
When
So
he
you're saying
appears,
we're
I'm
free to
going
take
kind
this?
of turn to him and say, "You, who are you?"
As you start shouting at him, he makes a rather elegant
Shout
pirouette on one leg and
loudly and
bows.
forcefully.
You shouted.
You use caps lock.
So
Riddles and fate and things that you can barely remember. Why are you following us?
He actually points at your Fate Swain tattoo and then puts his hand across the same point on his own face.
Light your face.
I know you put it there, whatever it is. Are you guiding us?
Doesn't seem to reply. He just stands there. Also, who got 18? Oh, who got 20?
Me.
Nah, he's not breathing.
What?
You know, something very off about him that you've always detected as being a bit off, even when he saved your life when when Kara the dragon threw that dagger at you, and he caught it in midair. That thing that's been off about him all this time, you finally figured it out. He isn't breathing.
What are you?
I'm just going to look at Maria very confused.
Slowly take a step off the plinth towards him. Not like rushing, just step
Towards
slightly
him?
closer. Yeah.
So basically, he's actually standing behind the throne
Oh,
where this body is.
Well,
So I was
on the
thinking,
plinth.
yeah, to take a step towards him would mean going around it.
so he's like
Alright.
just right there, right in front of us. So there's
Yeah.
us and then the body and then him.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
gonna point to the skeleton as she's going around and was like, "Is this you?"
It's the Harlequin tilts its head towards the corpse that's the skeleton on this throne, and then shakes its head very slowly.
Is it someone you knew?
Okay. Since he pointed at it, I want to look at the spear more
Uh-huh.
closely.
Go for it.
Do I evaluate and try and figure out what it's made of, or
Let's go for a cunning check, lore, or unless you have something which you'd like to use specifically.
like I said, evaluation of the thing, the material?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
I always love it when you laugh like that.
15.
I mean, I'll accept a transferred focus from crafting, from dexterity. You can use that on cunning if you want.
Crafting isn't a thing.
Yeah.
Under dexterity.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually found under dexterity because that's for making things. But I think it's perfectly reasonable to have you use it in terms of your knowledge with regards to crafting materials. Of course, you could always use... no, there's nothing else for it. Go with that instead. So if you have crafting, get +2 for your cunning roll.
No. But
No?
I do have evaluation, which is why I was saying that one.
Oh, yeah, go for that then.
15.
15? You've not seen anything like this before in your life. If you were forced to guess, it looks like it's made from... it seems to be made from obsidian. But obsidian is a rock and it cracks and it's heavy and it's cumbersome. This has the blade, from what you can tell from the stuff which isn't cut into the throne, still retains a fine edge. And you really don't want to put your thumb on it to test it because it looks very sharp. The actual shaft as well seems very well embossed and engraved. It may even be enchanted, actually. Although there's no visible...
Would I have sensed that enchantment when I was looking at it? Was that part of what I was sensing?
Maybe.
While she's looking at it, I'm going to relay everything that I kind of sensed about the armor and the spear.
Which was?
The madness that was coming from it, particularly that.
Yeah.
And the determination.
I say to the Harlequin, what do you want us to do?
He gestures to the spear. And then makes makes a pulling motion.
I put a hand on it and tug on it a little bit just to see how well it sticks.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't stick at all. In fact, the second you put your hand on it, you feel this almost claustrophobic warmth envelop you. You feel this rising heartbeat in your chest and the thrill that you get when you're about to kill someone that deserves it. It all happens at once, and everyone else sees you just gasp and yank the spear clean from the corpse. The thing is as light as a feather, and you don't expect it to be the case. It actually takes the skull off with it, which disintegrates into pieces from the jaw outwards. The armor, which was held in place by this, actually falls off the throne as well and lands in a heap on the floor. The breastplate, the gauntlets, the greaves, the boots, it all just crumples in this pile of bones and such. The temple starts shaking.
Bodes really, really well.
Is it just shaking, or is it beginning to crack in any?
It's just shaking
in the room.
Seems to be this build-up of hum of power. Now, I'd like you to roll initiative, please.
Back off the plinth? Okay.
I was going to say, just out of automatic thing, I just heft the spear and, like, flourish it.
What's
healing it.
What's initiative under dexterity? Okay.
Yeah.
Dexterity, yeah.
Yes. If you have it, that gives you +2 to your initiative roll.
Yep.
17.
I'm going to try something now.
13.
19.
18.
Now, don't simply call it out. I'm going to ask you who has over 20. No one? Who has 19?
Me, Mariah.
18?
Allegra.
17.
Bridget.
You have no right to be on 17. 16.
Why do I keep getting the first roll? I don't want this responsibility.
15?
I tried. Not good enough.
14. Oh, for the love of God, it's just the Lanara next. But
Yeah,
what did you
13.
get?
13. Sorry.
That was hilarious.
Cool. All right, groovy. The Harlequin. The second the room starts shaking and everyone's a bit distracted by the whole thing, everything that's happened. You don't expect the whole freaking temple to start vibrating. He leaps across the throne and grabs Linara by the throat, and with one very swift motion removes its mask. Linara, unable to do anything but, looks into this emptiness, this hollowness that is inside this creature's head, and you see, or she feels, something white and ghostly be ripped and torn from her face, like a part of her has just been swallowed by this thing, and then it throws her down across the die with its strength, causing 8 damage.
Oh god. Okay.
This is not okay.
Just standing at the back like, this is not okay. This isn't all right.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, you haven't even introduced yourself yet.
What is this? A Tinder date? Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Getting darker still, Morty. Getting darker still.
Oh no.
Still waiting for Teresa to react to this. There she is. Oh my god.
What?
So
Stop baiting Teresa.
Why have I got an orange pen? Cool. Yes. So now it's Maria. You see this happen. What do you do?
My knife in hand,
Knife.
just step up after the Harlequin and put it up to his ribs.
GDI, Rick?
And
God damn it.
Oh, right. You're welcome, Teresa. Best is yet to come.
I'm
Yes.
scared.
and I'm what am I gonna ask him this time?
I'm sorry. I was still waiting on your action.
I know. I just want to threaten him and be like, "What? You did this? What is?"
All right, that's what you get to say.
Meanwhile, I'm on the floor like,
would you like to actually, yeah, Ladara's doing her best to do synchronized swimming without the pool on the floor.
no,
Did he react to
I'm
my
just
move?
lying.
Like, or is he intent on? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna slash.
You always do this. You're like, I'm going to try and do something really adult and clever, and then eventually it's like, I just stab him.
No,
You get the point.
I don't want to. I don't want to attack him because I want answers.
So you stab.
Yeah.
Would you like to try and go for a backstab?
Yes.
Very interesting freeze frame of image in there. Yes, go for a stealth. It's another
I
interesting.
got a double 4.
Oh my god. Imogen, stop moving. Double 4?
17, yeah.
Cool. Nope, you don't hit him. Wait, no, sorry. Right, I just caught up.
Spell.
I got a warning from the stream. Yes, you get that. He does not notice you, so you managed to get a backstab. So please roll to hit. You get a +2.
Right. Hit is all 3 dice, isn't it? Yes. It's just
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god. Double 1.
That's not good. No. Despite the fact that you sneak up on him, you don't manage to find something fleshy. Your knife goes into the many motley folds of its outfit, but you don't seem to find anything to stab. Allegra. Wait, hold on a second. Maria, are you using dual weapon wield?
Yes.
Do you have mastery in it?
Yes.
for the love of God, you get a second attack.
Yes, I do. So what? Roll again with different dice.
You just roll again, but you don't get any of your extra
Double
bonus.
6. That's more like it.
Double 6, and what was the third dice?
3.
3. Awesome. So you got those, blah, 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 3, 6, 15. Plus 2 for the thing. That's still going to miss. Yes, I'm sorry. This thing is very nimble and quick, and it's spotted that you're trying to stab it. Moving up, Allegra. Maria is trying to do her best to go in and stab this thing. Lenara is on the floor. Something has happened that looks like it's stolen something from Lenara.
I'm just going to go on instinct, and seeing as I'm holding the spear, I'm just going to swipe at it with the spear.
Nice. Go for it.
Which is not my strong suit. But, you know.
Right, where are all my actual specializations?
That is... What is that? That is... 16?
16?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have a specialization in spears? Or
No.
long arms or pole arms or whatever?
Oh,
No.
actually, I do. That was one of the things that I did
Because
take.
you're a warrior, you get like weapon specialized focuses and everything.
Yep, but I do.
Yeah. Cool. That's going to be an 18. That actually hits.
What damage does this one do? I have no idea.
You'd like to know, would you? You're gonna love this.
Oh, will I?
Technically, it's a one-handed spear, and it can be thrown. Although, obviously, you have to go and get it afterwards.
Not throwing
but it can be wielded with one hand as well, which is 2d6 plus 1 damage plus your strength.
Ooh.
And when you actually tried to hit with it, the tip seemed to guide your hand as opposed to you aiming it. It found its mark, so it hit either way.
Oh, wow. That's good damage. That is 12 damage plus my strength.
Which is?
15 damage.
Nice.
Dang, son. That was a double 6.
Did you get a double 6 as well? So what's your stunts?
Yeah, what are the stunts? That's a good question. I think my dragon die was 3. No.
3?
No, it was a 6. That one. Yeah, it's a 6. Never mind.
Seriously, what's worse, cheater?
I'm being
with a
dumb.
lie.
I'm being dumb. I don't remember the colors.
You're not allowed to be dumb. I forbid it. Okay. Right. So that was a 6 or a 3?
It was a 6.
Awesome. What would you like to do with your stun points? You have the list in front of you. I gather.
Yes. I'm gonna do pierce armor.
Yep.
Mighty blow.
Right.
And try to knock prone.
Nice. So you get an extra d6 for your mighty blow.
So that is 3 more damage.
That's 18 in total.
Yes.
Yes. You have his armor, which wasn't very high to begin with, which means you do a total of 16 damage, and you also, you don't manage to knock him prone though. The sweep of your spear carves a rather nasty gouge into the Harlequin's side or midriff. It actually bites for a second before coming clean, sending a spray of, for lack of better description, looks like someone hurled a bunch of pitch on the floor. It's this sticky black, shiny, gloopy alternative for blood, which splatters. The Harlequin, dancing with the move, seemingly not acknowledging the pain of the blow, back flips away and somersaults back into another direction before looking down at its wound and then looking back up at you. The mask, which it places back up, when it puts its hand back on the mask, the expression of it changes from a smile to this utterly demonic like snarl with teeth sticking out. And its eyes are still hollow, of course. And it does this with like one swipe as if it's swapping masks.
You do not get to touch my friends.
Only I get to touch my friends.
I bring out my sword, seeing as I realize this is a one-handed spear?
Sure. Looks
So I have my sword in my offhand. And
Anyone play Soul Calibur? You know that female character in Soul Calibur 4 who has the spear and the little sword. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now, man. That's
badass. I like it. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. Only not full plate mail because that's ridiculous. She must have had abs for days.
Yeah.
Bridget.
Yes.
Would you like to be the assassinator?
Song of Valor.
Song of Valor.
Give a +1 to an attack. Simply because I went with the Harlequin theme and I decided to write a limerick. So.
You're not going to sing a song for us, no?
Yeah, I've got a limerick.
All right, go for it.
There once was a Harlequin who wouldn't let a knife go in, but then he stepped wrong, and Allegra is strong. The fight's over before it begins.
That was perfect.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Such initiative.
I'm gonna let you actually increase that to +2 just because, and I want to encourage this. So yes, okay. Who the Song of Valor goes to? The next person in the fight is Lenara, but that counts as well.
Am I
guess.
Unconscious or
no?
Yeah. Well, do I have to roll to do it?
I honestly can't remember. I've never had anyone playing that kind of character type before. Do not write these things down. That would help me.
Okay.
I don't have any of the bardic stuff.
I have a
Why
double
do you hate me
5.
so much? Hold on. Bard. Song of Valor. Allies within 12 yards of you gain place 1 attack on attack rolls as long as the song is maintained. No, it happens. You don't need to roll anything. Everyone within 12 yards of you gets +2 now because you're an awesome
all
roleplayer.
of us?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, everyone.
What's Gigi doing?
As long as I keep singing it.
Gigi's just been silently wandering
Is
along.
she still here, or did we leave her behind with the stag?
What happened to
Meanwhile-
Hexel and
Back at the camp. Back at the camp where the Tevinton soldiers have turned up at the abyss part. Hexel comes back from the temple looking a bit disorientated. Looks down at Kiki, is it? Gigi. And
Gigi's the wrong show.
realizing that she's paralytic, actually leans up against her and then puts his hat on her head and then just goes to sleep.
So they're sitting. I thought Hexel was coming with us.
Yeah, but he turned into Trinket, basically, and got forgotten about. So I've reached my limit.
Fair enough. Okay.
Oh god, Imogen's writing me something.
No.
It's probably going to be abuse.
Writing another limerick. No.
Oh, for the love of God. We need to record these for posterity. Yes, the next person to go is... I can find my sheet. Sheet medit. Seriously? Seriously, though. Yes, it's Lenara.
Can I stand up?
Yes, that's minor action. It just counts as a move, basically.
Okay, yeah. Is it all of my movement or just half of my movement?
No, this isn't Shadowrun. Just get up.
Okay. And then I'm gonna cast. Let me check because I have a new spell.
Woo!
And I'm excited about it. Which page? I think I'm gonna cast Shock at the Harlequin when I check this spell. I hate having it as a PDF. Oh my god. Now the page I need isn't loading. Okay, right.
Page. Stop being crap, Page.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast that. Shall I read out the spell?
Please do, because I'm not a walking library.
Electricity arcs from your hands or the end of your staff, shocking enemies in a 6 yard by 6 yard area. Is he near enough for me to do that?
Yes.
Or is he far away? Okay.
Oh, he's still close.
Anyone in this area takes 1d6 plus magic penetrating damage. Targets that make a successful constitution test versus my spell power only take 1d6 penetrating damage.
Sorry, what's the spell power?
My spell power is... Where is it?
I failed.
I don't even know what it is. 15.
Yeah, I totally failed that.
Plus my focus.
Yep.
Why did I write plus focus?
Because depending on the magic being used, if it's like primal, that'll be 17. You have
Oh.
to focus on primal.
Yeah, it's 17. Yeah, okay. Hang on, I need to figure out if I can actually pass the thing.
Yeah.
My target
Target
number.
Don't mess it up.
Oh, hang
You
on.
need this.
15. The target number's 13, so we're good.
Nice.
And 1d6.
1d6, huh?
Oh, 6 plus my magic, which is 5 plus my focus, which is in primal, so 11, 12, 13.
Nicely
Plus an
done.
attack.
But yeah, he fails the Constitution save, so you get to roll full damage.
Oh yeah, hang on, is that was the hang on. Blech. That's magic penetrating damage. Yeah, no, that was the full damage, 13. No, 15.
Nice. 15.
Sorry,
Penetrating.
No, 13, not 15.
13,
That's crazy. 13.
Yeah, crazy. You're crazy.
That's some good damage.
That is some good damage.
New for me.
It is, isn't it?
Penetrating damage. Is
Apart from that
good.
one time I just set fire to everybody.
Yeah, well, yeah, we remember that. Lanara, who seemed disoriented for a second, seems to be altogether a lot less negotiating, less diplomatic, and with an outstretched hand manages to create a lightning bolt that moves horizontally. It's very easy to be blinded for 1 second as the very, very close by strike of lightning erupts from her hand and smacks into the Harlequin, who gets flung off his feet and onto his back from the strike. A second later, or half a second later, there is this ear-deafening thunder strike from the leftovers, and there's still this like tinnitus in the ears and this searing of light in the eyes, even as the magic's receded. This is the first time you've seen her actually like cutting loose offensively before. Makes you wonder what the heck the Harlequin took from her. Speaking of which, it's his turn.
I continue singing loudly.
Just the same limerick over and over. Oh, I didn't add the +2. Is that just?
That's just to the try and pass the spell.
Oh, okay. Well,
Mm,
I forgot about it, but
that's fine. Didn't need it. You aced it without. Rolling onto his back, the Harlequin backflips, landing on its feet before leaping into the air and coming down on Allegra.
Oh no.
Get it?
It hits you square. Ooh, crap.
Of course it does.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I can take it.
I am so sorry.
Well, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to soak the damage. So.
You don't know. You don't know, do you?
Nope, I don't.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Damn it, Rick!
You know, Teresa's going to go ballistic here. Hold on. Okay, groovy. Yes. First of all, two things happen. First of all, you take 13 damage, which ignores armor, as the its daggers come down. It gets a second one because of its dual weapon mastery.
Mm-hmm.
Which the second one misses, unfortunately. However, one dagger goes under the ribcage and nicks. The armor stops some of it, but the blade still glides through as if your armor is made of nothing. That's not the worst bit, though. As the dagger goes into you, you feel, instead of the usual feeling of an injury where you feel like it's cold or the blood starts coming out, she's going to go ballistic, going ballistic. You feel something hot moving into your blood. It feels like it's seizing you from the inside, making you stiffer. And I need you to roll a willpower check, please.
Oh no!
Willpower of everything. Fuck my life. Can I apply my courage? No, I can't. Can I?
Oh, God.
No, this is going to be self-discipline.
Yeah, no, this is not gonna happen. Oh, I rolled that decent, and it's 10.
It's 10.
At least I don't have minus anymore.
That's not decent at all.
It's decent for me.
Why though? Why would you do this? You just let me do this. Why'd you let me do this?
Oh my goodness.
10 is terrible. To everyone else who's watching, Allegra goes limp underneath the salt, and her hold on, get this camera to focus in on me. Hello.
Nope.
Focus.
There you go.
Focus. Oh, I look so tired. Her eyes fill with this sickly, shiny shadow, which seems to drip down her face, and she just looks at the Harlequin before looking back at Lenara, and then snarls with a face that it makes this big snarling smile.
My McCree face.
Manic, crazy face. Yes.
I was
doesn't
busy rating
home.
another limerick, and it hasn't gone according to plan.
That's what you get,
Oh,
my dearest
God.
pet, for writing all about spam. I don't know. I'm terrible at this. Whatever. Cool. And if you listen very carefully, Allegra is now whispering the words in this technafal karajirtis nugambesti satanalaya doom of haran tikka avidi banahalas bakala banahalas. She's just going over and over again. You're
Guys,
mine, Allegra. You're
as
mine
this
to
was-
play.
As this was going on, I wrote, which now seems really horribly ironic.
I see you.
The Harlequin went to fight back. He crushed our girl with a crack, but she'll save the day and our enemy will pay because he is merely a hack. But no, I cast it.
Well, I don't feel bad
I just
anymore.
know, like,
Mariah, it's your
My
turn.
God. I hate this guy. Okay, I'm gonna activate my mark for death,
Mhm.
so everyone gets a +1 to their damage.
Good call.
And I'm also, can I backstab?
It's not able to pay attention to everyone, so if you pass a stealth, yes.
Okay, come on, stealth I can do. Ooh, double 6 and a 5. Yeah. Give me a second. 19, 23.
23, nice. That's pretty good.
Mm.
And I rolled three twos. That's great. Yes, you managed to sneak up on the Harlequin.
Okay.
Roll
and,
for damage. You're not done, are you? Oh dear.
Wait, no, is that just my attack roll when I roll a stealth backstab? Or do I then roll an attack?
Oh, now you roll an attack,
Right.
and you get
And I
plus 2.
add my dexterity and light blades to that, don't I?
Yes,
Okay. Because I didn't do that last time, so I would probably have hit him.
probably.
I didn't get
yes.
a double that time.
I'll see you later, Cole. Probably. You can see the future, Cole. Of course you know.
20.
20?
Yeah.
Yep, you hit. Roll for damage.
So I
Get an
want to
extra
use my
D6.
dirty fighting
Yeah.
attack, which means
Really?
he has to pass a DC 17 Constitution stamina test.
Nice.
Oh, you did not. You want to do that instead of actually causing damage? You sure?
Uh-huh.
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. It's fine. I'm going to do a Constitution save. You're an adult. It's fine. You can live with your
17.
consequences.
17 is the DC, not 13.
Well, he fails, and this situation would be more at home in a bar fight, as Mariah, who looks like she's about to stab the guy in the back, decides instead to kick him between the legs. The Harlequin, much to the surprise of anyone who's identified this creature as being a creature, buckles over and makes this strange noise. As Maria puts a lot of conviction into this kick.
Do I get a second attack? Mastery.
No,
Fucking
Oh.
hell, that's well done.
unfortunately, that was brutal.
All other rogue characters get a backstab as their attack.
Yes, they do. Any other rogue characters in this group?
Me.
That's right. You are another rogue character. My word.
Rogan,
And it would be Gigi as well if she was here. And not
She's gonna feel-
Sonic.
Stop that. She's going to feel so bad for like betraying everyone.
I'm excited about using my new move, and it totally affects Bridget.
Cutting back
Excuse
to the
It could have
back, by
done-
the way. Cutting back to
Yes.
the guys, the stags who are currently in this big like fight off. The whole area is shaking around them as like something's happening. Despite all of this, however, we cut to Gigi, sorry, who's currently being used as like some sort of mannequin. As weary soldiers come back and just put like a helmet on her head or a suit of armor on her or make her hold a sword, and she's just holding all these things, like just sitting there drooling in their
Oh
catatonic.
my god, they're terrible people.
That's
Oh,
awful.
she's being useful. Anyway,
First
cutting
time
back to the battle.
me.
It's Allegra's turn. But guess what?
Yeah. Oops.
Oh no.
I'm currently just blowing my whistle.
Oh,
Help!
I didn't get a double. Damn it.
No, it's my stay away whistle.
At the start of your turn, you get to try and resist again. So roll another willpower self-discipline check.
Come on! You can do it!
I'm not gonna get out of this. You know this.
I have to follow the rules, you know?
I know. Couldn't have big constitution at least. But no. Nope, that's not happening. That's 8.
Oh, phone. Yes, I get to control Allegra. Allegra, instead,
Aw.
she's going to have a -2, unfortunately, because she is still in there somewhere resisting, and it is visible. However, she goes towards...
Should I put in my teeth again?
Yeah. She goes towards Maria and attacks her. Actually, she's going to try and do a backstab. So
How's that even gonna work?
I want you to roll your stealth against Maria's perception. Please roll off against each other, friends.
Oh god!
I'm enjoying this far too much.
A little
15.
bit.
9!
Oh my god.
I got a double 1!
Oh.
As the
God
GM
dang it.
expected. Now, Allegra, if you wouldn't mind trying to hit her, roll some dice, please.
I wouldn't mind trying, but you know.
But you can't.
It's reflected because it cancels out your focus. And no, you don't count as an ally anymore, so you don't get the bonus from the song or the limerick or whatever the assassin.
Oh yeah,
is.
yeah. No, that's fine. I'm just trying to do math. Math is hard. That's
I'm lucky I grew up without calculators. It's all slide rulers in my day.
I
Counting
did too.
fingers.
I did too, but I still can't do math.
Oh. Or is it that math can't deal with you? Ever thought about that?
16.
16. Okay. What's your defense, Maria?
13.
That's a hit. That is a palpable hit. Now,
Do I have to roll damage now?
yes, you do.
Aw.
With,
Off my
I might
life.
add,
I'll
your
get
spear.
my rubber ready.
I know.
Please hit her with your spear.
Oh god.
Oh my god, that's slightly lower than. Oh, good. 8.
I'm trusting you here. I'm trusting you here. So that was basically on 2 dice, +1, plus your strength.
Not 9 then, because I didn't do the +1.
So that's 9 damage. Actually, I should have mentioned that spear never misses, ever.
Oh shit.
I always forget that. I'm going to send you the details for it before I do some special weapons cards, because for the finale and every other game afterwards, I'm going to be having those. But yes, it does 9 damage, which is not with a double, I guess. So there's no stun points there.
Nope.
Lame. But yeah, you got 9 damage. That was lame.
Do I take off my armor or rating? or-
Yes, you do.
I'm still
Okay.
not wearing armor.
You can have mine once I get that black one.
No, I refuse. We were offered it, and I was like, nah, thanks.
You refuse.
No. She won't take armor from dead people.
Well, with this health rating, my skin is.
true.
But I'm
practically
not
armor.
dead.
least refers to not getting to the fight in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Right, so that was Allegra's attack. Thank you, Allegra. Bridget.
Okay, so
Yes, you're right. The Harlequin is still on its knees, wondering why that worked. And you can do a backstab on it.
I'm going to roll calligraphy.
Yeah. What? What? Why did you do this to me?
And get a
I'm kidding.
backstab.
Ingrid, she's doing it again. In the middle of a fight, Imogen's saying, I want to roll for calligraphy.
She's gonna write him a strongly worded letter, okay?
It's because she's writing a limerick.
No.
What did I do? I don't know what I did to deserve this.
I'm thinking I have bluff distraction.
Right.
As part of one of my talents.
Right.
I'm wondering if I can distract Allegra so she doesn't attack anyone else she won't want.
Anyone else catch that?
Yeah. She's trying to distract me so I don't attack.
Right. Okay.
And, yell at her.
Calligraphy?
No, I'm not wrong. That was a joke, Becca. It was a joke. Okay.
I'm sorry, I was reading my stats.
In Becca's defense, I couldn't tell. I mean, you've done some pretty weird things.
I'm going to write Allegra strongly worded.
Hi, Greta.
Don't turn on your friends.
This is unacceptable behaviour, and if you don't cease, then we're going to vote you out of our club.
Oh my God, it's
You
Big
can't
Brother.
sit with us.
It was your turn to bake next week. We were expecting cinnamon rolls, but really we don't want them if this is your attitude.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. So you want to try and distract the Allegra?
Yes.
Communications, please.
Communications. What would this be?
Suede, I'd imagine.
Okay.
To be fair, it depends how you roleplay. I mean, it could be deceit.
I'm just going to tell her she's being really rude because I don't really understand what's going on.
All right, let's go with persuade because you're trying to help her get out of it here. So yeah, actually, I want to wing it like this. You're going to try and help her come to her senses, okay? So I want you.
That suggests I have any empathy.
No, it means that you're trying to irritate the crap out of her so she actually snaps out of it, and that is
fair enough.
That applies to the rule of cool. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll your communication, and I want you to do it against the spell power that's holding her in check.
Okay.
Okay, go for it. Good freeze frame. Perfect freeze frame.
18.
18.
Yes.
I can't fucking believe this.
To be honest, I think this is ridiculous behaviour from Allegra. She would never do this. She's a really moral, upstanding member of our group and really a bit of a stick in the mud sometimes. I would expect this from other people, but not from her.
Hang on, I know where you expect it from.
Other people?
Well, we don't have time
moral
to go
high
into
ground
this. Like,
for someone who's trying to steal armor off a dead guy.
Harlequin.
There is this very absurd moment where, despite everything that's going on, at the right hand side of you, this supremely annoyingly nasal voiced academic type who is just lecturing you on how you should be not stabbing your friends because that's very
poor
rude.
etiquette.
Very extremely poor etiquette. It's driving you up the wall, and somewhere inside that black clotted mess of a soul that's been taken over, you start screaming loudly because she won't shut up. It's like a second layer of torture that completely overwhelms the control this creature has on you. And with one bestial howl, you throw up the black charcoaly mixture from deep inside of you and cleanse yourself. Everything from your eyes, your mouth, it just comes out in one big gullet. And it may even be the case that you scream at her, just shut up!
You need to be melodramatic. I was just reminding you of your manners.
Despite her worst intentions, she's accidentally freed you from the blood slave spell. Congratulations. I hate you.
I hate you, but thanks.
Love you too.
If she was close enough, she might have actually slapped you or something. You know? That would have been
Backhanded you
amazing.
with the spear.
With the spear as well. Smile on me. Well done, Bridget. Lenara, you're up.
Thank you.
I am getting really annoyed and I'm scared because he did something creepy to me. I'm going to cast Fist of the Maker at the Harlequin
Someone's about to get fisted.
when I can.
Sorry. Not sorry.
I just always think of Mariana's nickname. Like,
Yeah,
it's
me
never
too.
gonna.
Don't say it. Don't say it here.
Oh, dear. This Harlequin is not coming out of this fight well.
Nope.
Or at least comfortable.
Yeah, okay. Shall I read it out? I've passed the target number for the spell. You slam your enemies to the ground with magical force. You create a circular blast with a 4-yard radius that's centered anywhere within 24 yards that you can see. Those caught in the blast are knocked prone and take 1d6 penetrating damage.
Oh,
Targets
good.
that make a successful Constitution
Oh,
test
God, my
are
special
only knocked prone. So I'm
Does
just
this
gonna yell.
include
I think we found his weakness.
It
guys.
does. Sorry, and I'm gonna
Hmm?
just do it.
This is really
No.
bad manners. Nobody
Can I
here
just
has
qualify?
sense of-
Did you do this to every enemy within that radius?
It's everyone within that radius,
Holy crud!
which is
Okay.
why I'm just apologizing.
Everybody everyone in this team actually.
Is-
We're all close
really?
up, so
Is it
everyone
within
We're
Yeah.
all on the
4
distance.
yards?
I don't
we're all
know.
within that range.
Oh, I thought I
believe.
was further away than that.
Nope.
Okay, so
Go for it.
knocked all of
So
us
only
to
what?
the ground.
You can't say that while I'm on a chat, Ingrid. Rude. Gonna get me in
Constitution
trouble with Imogen.
your spell power, right?
Sorry,
yeah, my spell power.
I went for a second. What happened?
Everyone's like quickly moving on.
I didn't hear anything.
That's good. That's good. That's very good.
My
My power is 15, by the way, everyone. I'm sorry.
It was
So what do we
stuff.
roll?
It's the
Constitution.
Constitution versus my spell power of 15. Rick, does this affect me? Do I also knock myself on
No.
the ground?
That's stupid. Why would you do that? That's like that's the world's worst mage. I am going to use the fist of the plant.
Can we use stamina for Constitution?
Yeah, it's stamina.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
I got
6.
14.
Tilda.
So close, but so
I got 6.
I'm sorry.
not even
14.
that I'm being annoyed to death, spitting out black goo. Now I'm on the floor as well.
Friendly fire is not good this evening. This
Oh,
is going
well.
to be the first damage I've taken in all of these games, and it's from fucking Tilda.
Poetic.
I'm sorry. Hopefully I
You've
roll.
been waiting for this moment.
Guys, guess
Mm.
what?
Can't lie. What?
Well, what?
What?
The Harlequin passed.
Because of course it
Oh,
Well, he's still knocked prone. He just doesn't take
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
damage.
Pretty much everyone around you gets knocked prone by
I
lots of
rolled
things.
4 damage. I'm really sorry, everyone.
So
literally the worst.
How much
mate
damage
on
do we
the
take?
team
4.
ever.
is that
Oh.
minus our armor, or does magic not count for that?
It's penetrating damage, if I understand it correctly.
Yes, it is
I don't
penetrating
have
damage.
any
I'm sorry.
freaking armor anyway.
This actually really coincides with what the Harlequin's done to Lonara, essentially. And the way
Great.
the character is acting right now, it just all adds up. It's perfect.
Oh my god! No.
What did you do?
Oh,
Take
no.
damage.
Oh.
I'm gonna start berating you anyway.
Did the Harlequin take damage?
No, he's just on the ground.
Oh, okay.
He literally was like all like angry silence.
Yep.
Face plant. But
How
yes,
much damage
it's the
did you take?
Harlequin's turn.
4.
4. Okay.
So who's
that's
on the
fine.
floor?
That's not-
Everyone.
Me.
Everyone?
Everyone except Lenara, I think.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And the Harlequin.
No, he's
No,
on the
he's
ground. He just
getting
didn't take
up.
damage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's interesting. It's the Harlequin's turn. He rolls forward from his position and jumps up and charges Lenara
Awesome.
because you're the standing one.
Yep.
You freaking deserve it.
Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. He actually attacks Bridget.
Oh.
He can only move. He
Well,
can't
you are
attack.
the loudest one.
No, I'm not going to do that. It would attack Lenara because she's the biggest threat.
He can't attack. He can only move because of the dirty fighting.
You're right. He is stunned. He loses a turn. No, you're right. He's very sorry about that. I completely forgot. He gets up.
I wasn't.
He looks like he's about to charge, and then he doubles over as both of his hands go to his crotch, and he doubles down to his knees.
Last
Gonna laugh.
thing
He
damage.
forgot himself and then pain reminded him.
Cannot believe you crotch shot a freaking monster boss thing. I just
Oh yeah.
you
Like
bypassed.
a boss.
Quite miserable, and Dower will laugh.
If you guys missed that, by the way, Maria, played by Becca here, had an ample opportunity to sneak up on the boss and cause some like really nasty damage. Instead, she went for a pretty lethal, dirty fighting maneuver where she essentially came up behind him and kicked him square into the nads.
Which I realised I should have got another turn because I can use dirty fighting as a free action. But damn it.
You need to learn how to play the game.
I do. I have too many sheets to remember.
I couldn't give 2 sheets. Good. God. Oh, so much sass coming from Anna here. God. Anyways, that's
I've just been playing too much Dark Souls. Never mind.
that's the Harlequin. He got stunned, so he's no stunned anymore. So beware. Mariah, you're up.
I stand up. And attack the Harlequin again.
Go for it.
Do I get backstabbed? Is he paying attention?
Because he's technically still stunned. Wait, no, he's no longer stunned. Yeah, I got to roll stealth.
Right. Double 5. Why do I keep getting doubles on this one?
I don't know.
Because it's useless. That's
Yes.
why.
That's
17.
exactly why. 17. Nice. You managed to catch it unawares.
Come on, attack. Double 6.
Damn it.
12, 16, 22.
You're gonna do a dirty fight maneuver again.
I could, because I
just
could
keep
use it as
appearing.
a free action.
yes, you can actually, if you want to. That's an unusual sound coming out of your mouth.
Now you know how we feel all the time.
So what I could do
touche.
is a dirty fighting, use my stunt points to do a double attack, and then use my second attack.
Wow. Okay, someone's turned into a munchkin. Your minor move was to get close to do the backstab in the first place, so you only have a mage left.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will attack. Wait, yes, yeah, attack. And I will use lethal blow.
Lethal blow.
So wait, backstab gets me a plus 1d6. Again, too many sheets. Oh, I got a plus 2 bonus. So actually, it was a 24 attack roll. But oh well.
God, you need to like make your own like character journal or something to have all your rules laid out.
I have one.
It's not working.
I know.
Oh, live your life!
Oh God, I got a triple 6.
Jesus, stop it! Stop!
Okay, so do I add my strength? Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Unless you're using a dueling weapon,
21.
which you're not.
23. Attack plus another d6 for my backstab. It's another 6.
Nice.
So,
It's your free action is used once per encounter. So once you've used it, you can't use it again for that fight.
yes, I haven't used it yet.
Well, now you have. I'm just warning you. You can't use it again.
Yes, I read it.
Thanks, Dobby.
So 23 plus 6. Yeah, 29 attack damage.
Yeah. Okay, you hit.
No, that was the damage.
What?
That's ridiculous.
Wait,
I
how
used
much?
mighty blow, so I got plus 2d6, and all 4 dice I rolled were 6s.
How much?
Right.
That's insane.
Plus my short sword damage.
So you used 5 stun points on lethality. No, what's it called? Lethal blow.
Yeah.
And I think you can use the last one to do piercing armor as well. Am I not mistaken?
Pierce armor is 2. Unless you're a warrior, because then you can do it for 1.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's the other one that's rogues
No,
get.
I can get it for 1 stun point.
Yeah, because assassins have bonuses all over the place.
Right.
This freaking Zevran wannabe. Right. So that was 23, was it? Do you still have the
29.
lethal? What?
29.
Have you taken into consideration that you're a horrible person? You're ruining me.
4 6s.
Oh my god! Or rather, the song that you did. No, not the song. The Assassin's Mark gives you +1 to wound as well.
30.
30.
What am I?
Insane.
What am I doing? I should shut up. Oh my god!
That's amazing.
That is insane.
Halving his armor rating.
Fucking ridiculous. I love
Okay.
it.
I have a personal score to settle with this guy, okay?
True. It's showing.
It's a spectacular display of why she's my very own back. Dagger, 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 dagger. Where
Just all the time.
Mireia ducks and weaves behind everyone as she becomes the stalking
This is
creature.
like the freaking Ides of March.
Yeah. Et2, Mireia. Et2. Mireia just perforated this poor son of a bitch.
Used him as a freaking pincushion.
Yes. Here, hold this for me. Stab. Here, hold this for me. Stab. The Harlequin
I
takes
didn't
the
know you had
blows.
that many knives.
Yeah, he does. The Harlequin takes the blows to the chest without making any screams or any type of signs that it's hurting. It just takes the blows to the chest, reeling back from each one, then staggers backwards for a second. It looks like it's about to fall over, and then it just snatches back and looks directly at you with a brief hand flickers across its face, and the mouth is all across its face now. It's just one big mouth with serrated teeth and what looks like some sort of like tongue lolling in it. There's no eyes anymore.
Oh boy, I wish he was still stunned.
Yeah, no. Allegra.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I rolled
it's
6s that round.
it's Harlequin's motley is covered in like black inky stuff now.
It's getting personal for me as well. I need to kill this motherfucker.
Also, can I just add that I'm actually currently using my Harlequin mug?
There you go.
Yeah, I know. That's why it's getting so like super powered right now. If you get rid of the mug, then it'll die.
Do I roll to hit if it always hits?
No, but you roll to see if you get doubles for your stunts.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Which I did not. So, do I just roll damage then?
Yes. You haven't had any stunts with that spear yet, have you?
No.
Oh.
First thing I did actually. That was
No.
stunts.
You're lucky. I forgot some. Oh well.
Um,
If you do get stunts, let me know.
Yeah. That is 8 damage. I'm rolling so bad.
But at least you're not rolling against us anymore.
That's true. That is very true. Seeing as I stood up, I can't take my extra attack, can I?
No.
No.
Your minor counts as moving.
So that's me done.
Stop! Stop mettering in the chat. I can see you.
Oh, you caught me.
God, you guys. No finale
I
for
can't
you.
see the chat.
You don't
Oh,
want to.
it's
on
horrible.
the YouTube.
Video.
Oh.
So cheatings. Right, who's next? Was it was Brigid.
Yeah, that's not my name.
That's not how you pronounce it.
Well, I mean, seeing as I have little to no empathy or understanding of what happened to Allegra, apart from the fact that she just started attacking people, and when I told her off, she threw up loads of stuff and came back to being normal. So at this point, I feel like I'd to Lenara and like smack her around the face.
Seems legit. That sounds like
Because that's logic.
I'm just going to take it. I'm very used to being slapped around the face, so...
So, I'm sorry, but...
It's fine, bring it on. I'm used to it.
Oh!
I'm used to rich people smacking me around the face.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
You gave the first damage I've ever had. Don't you turn this around. I'm going to do that while blowing my whistle.
Do I take any damage from this slap around the face that I just got?
That was an amazing moment, though, with your only magic caster going, everybody do the flop! Poof!
Oh, I didn't realise everyone was so nearby.
Get down, get down. It was cool. It was cool. It's fine. Yes, Bridget, you got to go over and you're going to... What are you trying to do with this slap? Are you trying to cause damage?
I'm trying to snap her out of this apparent curse that she's under.
All right.
Because otherwise, why the fuck would she do that to us?
I don't know.
That's why I'm loudly blowing a whistle at the same time.
So the Elysian academic comes over to you and starts blowing a whistle in your face with a very angry face.
I'm just gonna look at her like, yes, and.
Do you want to actually roll for something?
I don't have a whistle, so...
Nothing to roll for. There's literally nothing to roll for. Anything else you'd like to do? No, I'm curious. I want to see what else you can come up with.
The entire time, I'm just going to stare at her.
So
just,
the
like,
Harlequin
dead in the eye.
Peppered
oh, criminy. What?
With he's decorated by 1,000,000 daggers right now. And has just been, hit in the face by Allegra?
Did you add +1 damage to that?
I did not.
I did.
Okay.
That's good, because I did not.
Everyone gets +1 to either ranged or melee attacks.
Allies do.
Did
so
Bridget
when
get
Allegra...
+1 to the slap when she hit my face?
Yes. No.
To the Harlequin, because he's who I've got the most.
Betrayal stun further.
As long as you're attacking the Harlequin.
Yes.
It wasn't betrayal. It was vengeance.
I'm going to have to rush you.
I don't know. I throw my tiny spade at him. No, I wouldn't sacrifice my tiny spade.
Nope. I'm going to have to force it. You're going to have to throw your tiny spade at him. Because this is going to be hilarious. We have an audience to please.
I throw my tiny...
So, you throw your tiny spade. Please roll dexterity.
Oh, I will.
Roll it like you mean it. Also, you get bonuses.
I'm going to focus on calligraphy. Oh, holy hell. I've got 2 6s.
It hits him right in the eye.
An non-existent eye.
That's 19.
Ingrid, she's doing it again. And the Imogen just threw her archaeologist's spade at the baddie and it hit him in the face. Not excellent. No support whatsoever. All right.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Right, I think this would be an improvised weapon. It's going to be 1d6 plus. No, it's 1d3 plus 1 plus your strength.
1d3 plus 1.
Yes.
Plus my strength.
Yes, plus 1 as well because of the mark of death.
I'm going to roll.
You roll 1 dice and then divide it by 2.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's cool. I can do that. Oh, can't do that. Now I can do it. 1. Ooh. What was it? 1d3
Yes.
plus 1
Yes.
plus
Your strength.
plus my strength. Oh, that's
Yep.
And then plus another 1.
Yep.
That's 5.
That's fine. Cool.
Oh wow.
After blowing your whistle into Lenara's face, slapping her, she gives you this like very angry, that told you kind of look before pulling out what looks like a very dirty troll, and then throwing it over Lenara's shoulder. The Harlequin, who's just recovering, looks up very angrily for a second. It's got its face is back to normal in some respects, and then all of a sudden the spade goes whack into its face. It only causes 1 damage, but my god, that was bizarre. That was totally bizarre.
The fight for me has been bizarre. Like, I started it by writing a limerick about him.
I'm trying to do a horror game with a monster that's scary, and you're throwing garden instruments at it.
I would never use
Archaeologist's instruments.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Garden.
Dirt diggers. Got a noise better. Dirt.
Dirt.
There it is. Do it again.
No.
Oh. Fine. No Christmas list for you. Well done, Bridget. That's going to move up to Lenara Dirk. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hang on. I'm just going to check that shock only hurts the enemy. I'm going to make doubly certain.
I think it's a target. So,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that it is. I just want to be sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to do that again.
Everybody do the shock. If you start cackling while you're shooting like force lightning at this thing, though, I think people are going to start worrying about you.
Yeah, I passed the test. And I don't cackle. I'm still annoyed at Bridget, so I'm just going to silently...
Annoyed?
Yeah, annoyed. Very annoyed. Yeah.
That's another Bridget quote. Annoyed with me?
It's not possible.
How, though?
I was doing a favour to society. It was truly altruistic. Didn't enjoy a second of it.
Neither did they. Oh.
12 damage unless he passed.
No way in hell. I rolled all the dice.
What's the one from Mark of Death, Tilda?
Huh?
Yes.
Oh no, 13 then.
It's 13 penetrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. What is your magic rating to do this? I mean, it's usually 1d6 plus, isn't it?
Yeah, my magic rating is 5. Plus
So
my focus in primal, which is 2.
Oh, you don't add focus to damage.
Oh, don't you? Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's 11.
Yes. Don't worry. It's not caused an overflow of cheatings. But yes, that's 11. I'll just add that behind the spade damage. The lightning bolt hits the Harlequin flat in the chest again, making it dance and twitch for a second as the lightning starts making the clothing of the creature catch fire in small parts and places of it. It seems like if it had a mouth, it would scream. Right. It's gonna be Harlequin's turn. Cool.
Oh god.
Cha 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 cha.
Someone with more willpower this time, please.
I mean, if he comes for me, I have the most willpower.
What is your
I
willpower?
feel like he might not.
I have a focus in self-discipline.
Same. What is your willpower though?
2.
That's terrible. Why would you even bother?
Excuse me.
Excuse yourself.
Excuse you.
Skills,
You-
ayo.
Character building. It doesn't have to be helpful. I took a bloody focus in calligraphy. I'm just creating a well-rounded party.
You're rounding it out, all right.
If that's a veiled insult,
Nice.
then I won't hear it and I won't respond to it.
Well, I don't know, is it?
Cool. Oh, hello. the whatchamacallit, the Harlequin. Hello, Harlequin. Takes a charging move at Lenara.
Wonderful.
she.
The mask it puts up now has no mouth, but its eyes are quite wide, with angular to it that makes it look utterly furious. And it does. It actually manages to hit for an 18. Does that get past your defense?
Yes.
I've been nice. I've been nice. Why do that? I've been nice. Yeah. Nice. Okay, that wasn't much of a stunt though. I cause. First of all, two things happen. Cause 18 damage. Piercing. No, nothing. Actually, you take your
I
armor
have
off.
no armor anyway, so.
Right, so that's that. The next one is there's something called yes. He uses the first time he used his daggers. He's got two of them. There's one which is seemingly made of a bone-colored dagger, and the other one is a black-colored dagger. He used the bone-colored one on Allegra. Now he uses the black-colored one on you, which basically makes you take a Constitution stamina check, please.
Because of course it would.
Wonderful. 14.
Ooh, nearly. You take. Nice. Oh gosh. Okay. You take 20 magic penetrating damage.
Okay, so I have 2 hit points left now.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
I've gone down from 48.
Tilda, use me as a human meat shield. It's okay.
The dagger which it stabbed you with made your blood try and escape from your body. You feel like the rising pressure of your blood pressure going to limits you've never had before, to the point where it's actually it's leaking out of your eyes, your ears, your mouth. It just makes you look pink as it's trying to get out of you, causing all manner of eruptions. It's
oh god, I smacked her too hard.
yeah, you bruised her a little. Anyways, that's gonna be Maria. Your turn.
Okay.
Maria.
Heal is a major one, of course it is. How is he looking?
You want to know?
Yeah. I
He
would like to know.
he looks like anyone else would be dead by this point. If you didn't know any better, you'd think he wouldn't last much longer.
If we didn't know any better.
But I do know better because he's not freaking breathing.
Guys,
Have
I
any
think
of
I
us
just need to
noticed
chop
that
his
by
head
now
off.
as well?
What?
That he's not breathing?
No one's mentioned it to anyone else. It's just her so far that's noticed.
Okay.
Do I attack?
Yes!
Yes, I attack. Okay. Again, backstab, stealth check.
Yeah, go on.
17.
17. He noticed this time. So do a normal attack.
Right. So I don't get the plus 2.
No.
No, you don't.
15.
15.
Yes.
That's the hit, yeah.
Yep.
Yes. You've added all your focuses. Yada yada yada.
30 light blades. Yes.
Yep, you missed.
Yeah. I didn't get any doubles.
Allegra, you're up.
I'm gonna keep swiping at him with the spear.
Keep on swiping. Roll for the stunts.
2 stunt points. Well, what do you know?
You got a double.
Yeah.
Awesome. Please roll a willpower check.
Oh shit. Because of course it's willpower. Oh, hello. 12.
12.
That's not bad.
Congratulations, you just passed. You please proceed as normal. Although you don't actually
That's
show
the
any.
best celebration
any...
I've ever heard.
You passed. You don't have any visible sense that there's anything wrong, except for the fact that as you're like trying to attack, you start thinking how much of a challenge it would be to actually try and kill Maria. Because she's quite difficult. You know, she would be a real tricky one. You put it at the back of your mind, you know, how much of a challenge it would be to hunt her.
Yeah. Okay.
I will give you a stern
I'm doing a mighty blow.
Careful, Bridget will come and slap you.
Read me a very stern
And another thing.
limerick.
I will write more than a limerick.
Sternly worded letter.
A whole song.
There we go.
I
ballad.
will write you an entirely calligraphied ballad about how crap you
Oh, a
are.
To
ballad.
rival the Lady of Shalott.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's ambitious.
15 damage.
15 damage. Nice. Do you want to use
Tilda.
your?
I'm gonna write her the Lady of
I'm gonna take
Shall
another
Not.
attack.
Wait, what? You're gonna use the stun points on what?
You took a mighty blow.
Sorry.
That's the 15. Right,
Yeah.
cool. Minus armor. That's 14.
I'm gonna do my second attack.
Yep.
Does that hit? That's a good question. Did we have any bonuses on to hit? Or was it only damage?
Damage
with
for
regards
me.
to-
Yeah.
You had
okay.
+1 damage from Maria,
Yeah.
and the +2 hit, I believe, was from a certain song, but she's no longer singing it, or a limerick, that she's no longer spouting it. So.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 16
16 for what?
to hit.
Oh, you automatically hit with the spear.
Oh shit!
You only, you only roll to check for stunts because when you get a stunt, you have to test.
Yeah, I did not. So let's see. That's 11 more damage.
Nice. 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 God, yeah. Your spear takes 2 rather large gouges out of its center section here. If it was anything normal, you would have crushed its lungs. You would have smashed in its ribs. The motley, the shiny and garish clothing that it was once wearing is now completely inked black in its own clothing, its own blood, or whatever it is. So now it looks like someone that's just a corpse that's been dragged out of a swamp. The only thing that has any color to it still is the mask of silver on its face.
Can I yell something before my turn is over?
It's a free action.
I'm gonna burn him.
Burn him?
I was just thinking that. I love that. I was looking through my spells like, fire.
Fire. No one? Really? Seriously? All right, Bridget. Oh, God, here we go.
What?
Seriously. Oh,
I got
God.
it, I just was writing at the time.
Hints,
What?
really?
So, okay, I have
just
two
a
things
little.
I could do one of. In the room, I know that there's that ledge that the armor was on.
Are you gonna?
If
No,
they're-
not today. Okay. Sorry, Ingrid's just showing me a cosplay test, which is completely relevant and is amazing. I can't tell you anything. I've been forbidden. Okay.
Aw.
She just did a cosplay test of Cassian. You know, a character in the Fatesman group. She says it's not good enough to show off yet. I think it is, but anyway, apologies about that. I get distracted by her a lot. Yes, please.
So, what else is in the room apart from that ledge and the armor?
Basically, it's just a series of pillars.
Oh, okay.
That's it. There are 2 other rooms to the left and the right that led off somewhere.
But you know. Okay.
In fact, now
so
that you mention it, there is actually some sounds coming from those rooms.
Yeah, well, I'm not interested in that right now.
All right.
We'll go back.
That's fine. That is fine. God,
They
what a
could be
bitch.
dangerous. So
So Krishna.
I have a load of food in my backpack
Yes.
and drink.
Oh my God.
What are you thinking?
I'm wondering if I have any alcohol. If I have some wine.
You're Elysian. You definitely have wine, but nothing of high enough spirits to be
You're
flammable,
the
I think.
one she was telling to burn him.
I mean, I might not know it's not high enough spirit.
What
so
you
I'll just-
do have, most likely, is some lantern oil.
Okay, I'll pour lantern oil over him.
That sounds fun. Please roll dexterity.
Okay. Calligraphy.
No! Oh my god! Ah.
But it's kind of like ink.
I roll calligraphy for damage. Can I use calligraphy focus to damage? I attack him with my pen.
The pen is mightier than a sword.
To
Depends
be
where
fair,
you
a thrown pen can hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Just
it's
a
like,
thrown
Stick him
tiny
with the
spade.
pointy end.
yeah, if it's a dip pen, then it's going to have a really sharp
Oh shit, dip pens are the
point
worst.
on it. Stab
Shut
that
up!
at someone and
Oh my god!
And
Ah.
ink poisoning to go with it. I mean,
Yeah. 16.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
I'm. By the way, I'm totally adding a pen as a weapon. I'm redoing the rules
I have
for
a pencil
weapons. So
and
yeah.
a pen and a brush and a tiny spade. That's all I need.
You don't have a tiny
So
spade
far,
anymore.
you're going through all of them.
I will pick it back up.
Oh god! All right, so you've thrown oil all over it.
Yeah.
Enough to cause a good fire.
Good.
You haven't anything to light it with yet.
Well,
My
that's why we
time
have
to
a mage.
Yeah, it made you. But that, I believe, is your turn.
I'm gonna
Which
back away. Do I have time to back away?
you have time to back the fuck away. Lenara.
good choice. I am going to cast Flame Blast.
Oh Jesus, H. Mary Joseph. Okay.
Okay,
This is a
right.
radiant
Target
one.
number 12. Let's see. It's Dex versus spell power. Hang on.
Yep.
I can't remember what happens if he succeeds. Oh, it's just less damage. If he succeeds, it's acrobatics, if that helps.
Nope, he doesn't.
Okay, I passed the thing. Can I add my focus to like helping pass the test for it? If that's what it's, is that what it's for? Is that what I was doing wrong before?
Yes.
Okay.
Focus is to pass the test.
Right.
Mm.
Okay. Then I've definitely passed it. That's fine.
Yeah.
And he takes. Did he pass the?
He did not.
Then he takes. Is Maria's
Yep,
thing
that last
still
thing.
working? Then 12 damage.
12 damage plus a free d6 because of the oil.
Oh. Another 4.
So how much is that? 16 in total?
That's yeah.
Cool.
Let it burn, burn,
Um,
burn.
The Harlequin starts to move around slowly as it sweeps its swords left and right. getting very slower as it goes around. It looks at Lenara, and it looks like it's about to fall to pieces. But at the very last minute, it essentially evaporates into a mask that flies straight past you and out of the one of the holes at the top.
What?
You hear it. You hear this very faint, high-pitched screaming noise as it does so.
Well.
And it's actually, it's left behind its 2 daggers.
Shotgun.
I think Becca deserves them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That damage roll just.
Yeah, and
I
I
rolled
you're the only
6
one
in
who,
1 round.
yeah, and you excel at daggers, so
Dagger, 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 dagger.
all the dagger.
If I can just
I
remember how
have a
many.
cursed spear, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and we also get to check out the armor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's investigate these daggers.
Oh god, I forgot
cool.
that I only had two health left. I was going to heal myself, and then I forgot and cast Flame Blast instead. I'm so
Maybe
glad that was
yeah.
over when it was.
So who picks up the daggers?
Me.
You. All right, cool. Just noting that down.
I pick up the daggers.
It's actually
You've
important.
got to pick up your tiny spade.
I
I
do.
also have Bryn's daggers.
You have all the daggers. You really are
No.
Vax.
I currently have. Wait, Bryn had 2 daggers, didn't he?
Yeah.
I currently have 5.
There you go.
Short sword.
Dagger, 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 dagger.
All the dagger. I'm gonna go and just pick up the armor. See if it'll fit.
I think with some adjustments, it will fit perfectly. Although it is a bit. You notice that originally it was designed for someone a bit smaller than you.
It's a little bit musty.
Yeah.
I can squeeze
Someone
in.
of
it's
elven
fine.
stature. You're too tall.
Nah, it's fine.
You can't just say that about humans, Lena.
I'm just going to stare at her again. Watch me.
Cool. As the creature leaves, fleeing, one might add,
Burning.
on fire as it's
Crying.
retreating. Yeah.
That's an image I'm very happy with.
It becomes apparent that there's now a fresh type of light outside of the temple, and it's actually moonlight that's coming in now.
Oh,
You know
we
this
moved.
because as you look outside of the temple, it's dark outside. Plus, from the sides and the left and the right that I was speaking about before, your left and your right, you can hear what sounds like cracking pottery and the shuffling of feet.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I heal myself and then
Yes.
follow?
Roll a dice as I talk through
Yeah.
what Bridget sees. Bridget, do you want to try and go stealthy like, or do you want to just walk over?
I'm gonna walk over.
Right. As you dip your head around the corner, you see rank upon rank upon rank of these creatures that are breaking out of some sort of coating of stone, as if they're statues that are essentially casting off their stony skin. Underneath, they are essentially bestial, slick, black and oily horned creatures that are stamping away with hooves all of the coating of rock that seem to have basically made them look like statues for God knows how long.
Do they look aggressive?
They look like they would not be very good at a social gathering.
Okay.
Yes. Also, they're completely blind and have teeth that looks like some sort of malnutrition ridden snake.
I'm going to in a kind of cartoon Scooby-Doo-esque way, I'm going to sneak back to the others and very loudly shush them.
I was going to suggest a 5-minute breather, but maybe that's not such a good idea.
Oh, well.
So first of all, just so you know, and everyone else knows, the spear you have is called the Anguish of Andril, and that is a spear which will always hit. However, if you roll a double, you have to take a willpower check, or you will attack a friend, the most powerful friend. The armor you haven't put on yet, so I'm not going to tell you, or rather, you haven't been hit yet, so I'm not going to tell you. The two daggers won't work as well for you as they did for the Harlequin because of stats. But one of them does an automatic casting of the Blood Magic Blood Slave, and the other one does the automatic casting of the Blood Magic Hemorrhage.
To be honest, I don't think that the Blood Slave is particularly strong anyway. We can fight it.
Yeah, well, it relies upon some magic intuition as well. You can use it. It's just not going to be as good as it was for the Harlequin. Regardless, they're very, very exotic daggers, and I will send you the stat lines for them so you can add them to your thing. And they may, in fact, drive you crazy. That's always fun.
Yeah.
True.
I lift one up and I just say, hello?
It's me you're looking for. However, from the sounds of things, you're not in Kansas anymore, and that's where I'm going to leave it.
We left the stags behind in the
Again.
Gigi's still being used.
For the sake of completeness, I will tell you that you did not leave the stags behind.
Oh, good, because that includes Gigi.
You know, I said that the whole thing is on the island.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So the island. Just so you know, the island is now parked in the middle of a rather large garden previously owned by the Komodo family, who are currently having the guests known as the Fate Swain.
They're going to be annoyed.
we crushed their topiary.
You should totally.
Completely ruins the landscaping.
It is definitely going to reduce the property prices.
I mean, good luck dealing with the family when you don't have your resident snob there.
We arrived and we brought our strange statue rhino army with us.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
All those Halla that are not made for social gatherings. We're at a social gathering.
Yeah. You know how I said there were like several floors?
Oh shit. Fuck, I forgot about that. Whoops.
Are there several floors of creepy Black Halla things? That's...
Find out in November.
This is basically like that little clay statue army.
Yep. The Chinese.
Yep.
Oh no!
What have we done?
We done did it, guys.
There were many ways that could have played out, and I'm glad it went this way. Lol. Yeah, you got the daggers because you managed to defeat it. It was not an easy creature, and I really literally can't believe you managed to stop Allegra from being taken over the way you did. That was just...
That was amazing.
There's a kid outside the box, and then there's Imogen. I don't think Imogen was ever in the box.
It's like,
I
here's the
smashed
box.
it on the floor.
Here's outside the box. Over there is Imogen.
No,
It's so wonderful.
I become one with the box by destroying it and then truly embodying it myself.
Ah.
You create an entirely new box.
Yeah.
I need to ask, by the way, because it's really important that I know this. You guys are coming to Fate SwainCon, right?
I
Yes.
can't come.
Ah, yes, I
Imogen
remember now.
isn't, but the rest of us all are.
Excellent behavior. It's not gonna be as good without you there, Imogen. You will be missed. I won't lie.
Sorry.
Think about all the conventional attacks that'll happen.
Yes.
It's so boring.
Wow. Yeah.
What will we do without you to slap us and yell at us?
And you
And
can
put
Skype
in our
me in
faces.
occasionally just to, be uppity.
Oh, God. Sincerely though, we've got so anyone who's still watching, thanks for hanging around this long. The next episode, the next proper episode at least, is going to be when everyone is gathered. Essentially 10 players who are going to be there. It's going to be a record.
Wow.
We've got 2 days, 6 hours each day, for what is essentially the big tour de force finale, as Folly is essentially invaded by the Black Stag and its minions. and the groups, the 3 groups, have to work together to try and figure out how the hell they're going to stop it. Because simply setting it on fire doesn't cut it.
Damn it!
And
How
you
about
guys,
if we just
you
keep
guys,
setting it on fire?
Tilda, you need to watch the episode for the Fate Swain. Seriously, it's informative.
I will catch up before November.
Good, you should. Speaking of which, I've got some new fun stuffs to play around with to keep combat smooth and a bit more faster. Thanks to Greta, we should have some magic cards to be used that should help speed up that. You know, like the D&D cards.
Yeah.
We're going to be using injury cards as well to make being hit more interesting, so you can have your bones broken. And there's going to be one rule which is going to make killing stuff a lot quicker. So the combats will go a little more brutal.
Okay.
Also, you may notice that the weapons in the rulebook are a bit blur. So I've taken the rules from the Esoteric Athetus to make it a bit more broader. So a spear acts like a spear and an axe acts like an axe. You'll be filled in on what that means later. Don't worry about it. It's my job. Yeah, there you will have chance to buy stuff in the finale. So that's going to be good.
I feel like I can probably sell some daggers.
5 daggers.
Like have a dagger belt.
Is it 5 now or is it 7 that you have?
It
5.
is 4 daggers, 1 dagger that I had at the beginning, and 2 short swords that I had at the beginning.
Just I can't wait for you to meet Talan because you guys are going to get on a lot.
Just swap some swords around.
And I was like, I was waiting for what you were gonna do to pull
Mm.
Allegra in terms of like fucking her up, and this is amazing.
Yep. Oh, we can talk. We're going to talk.
Good.
Oh, yes.
I approve.
Yeah, I'll send you the stats with regards to the special weapons in the next few days. Once I've finalized them, at least I'm happy with them. Otherwise, I'm going to be. If anyone's interested, I'm going to be at Spiel Expo on the Saturday.
I wanna go. But
I know. I'm sorry, but apparently it's going to be streamed. So we have literally a 2-hour session to do a very quick burn D&D game. It's going to be fast, frantic, and utterly barking mad.
That sounds amazing.
Oh god, I'm going to have so many energy drinks. I'm going to be running around the stage. Probably. You ready? In any case,
Is it going to be Fate Swain or not following the story?
To be fair, it's more of a Spiel Expo. I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be making sure that it's under the Fateful Fumble banner, which incidentally we are all going to be under after the Fate Swain Con. Although the Betrayal Raven will live on underneath that banner, just for the sake of completeness. Betrayal! I seriously want that as a plush toy. Anyone wish to add anything? I hope you guys had fun.
Very much so.
Very much so, yeah.
That's
great.
fun.
Thank you very much. You're
I'm
very
going to
welcome.
keep color
That's
coding
so
my
much
dice
fun.
because that worked for me.
I'm sorry I snatched your box.
We're not.
My box can't decide whether what it counted was kinky fun or abuse. It's my box is all over the place right
Bit of
now.
both.
Thank you.
Bit of both.
Think you're fun.
Bit of both. Oh, the safe word. The safe word. It does nothing. Anyways,
It was the
I'm
wrong
going to bid you all good night. And thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night night.
And
Good night.
I'm going to click this big red button here. Hold on.